Hey, everybody. It is time for game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And I got my volume up way too loud over here. So we're doing game 6 here. I don't know what I'm going to say now because, well, that helps. Hang on.
Killing me, Rick. You're killing me.
I know. I'm sorry. I got my volume. It's too loud. I can't concentrate on that volume. All right. We got game 6. Which is probably the game. I mean, I don't think it's going to go beyond tonight, personally. Before the series started, I kind of said Florida in 6 or Edmonton in 7. So we're game 6, a pivotal game for, kind of for both teams, but mostly for Edmonton. It's a must win or they go home. Win or go home is that situation. I've got a little thing here. We're going to get to everybody in the chat. And by the way, I'm here with Cam over there. Cam in his basement. Cam. Hey, Cam, say hi to the people.
I got stood up. I was supposed to have some people by. Well, not people, but like one of my potential co-hosts of Hibernation coming by, and he just goes, "Hey, can't make it." Got this meeting went by longer. I was like, "All right, well, I'm just going to deal with this setup, and I'm going to get comfy and watch some hockey."
What else can you do? All right, so as I was saying, game 6. Teams, let's put it this way. It's a 3-2 lead for Florida. Teams to come back from a 3-2 deficit in a Stanley Cup final have been few and far between. Just 8 of them have done that in the history of the league. So if you go back to 1942, the Leafs did that. 1950, the Red Wings. 1964, the Leafs again. 71, the Habs. 2001, Colorado. 2004, Tampa. 2009, Pittsburgh. And 2011, Boston. So it kind of means that Edmonton's got their work cut out for them, and the odds are not in their favor in any way tonight. So,
you see that Victor Arvidsson isn't in for them?
Do what? Say that again.
Victor Arvidsson isn't in for the Edmonton Oilers. I would have thought that they would have tried to put him in somewhere.
What, they got Skinner in instead?
No, Victor Arvidsson.
Yeah, for the Oilers. So who's in?
Would have put him in somewhere.
But why is he sitting? Wasn't he playing before? Didn't Skinner come in and take his place last game?
Possibly, but I would not have run with Jeff Skinner.
Well, maybe Arvidsson's not 100%.
Maybe.
So that's a big possibility.
Even so, a role, I would have put him somewhere there. I mean, he's a big key guy.
How do you think this game's going to go?
Me?
Yeah. Well, no. Hang on. There's nobody else here, dude.
You haven't even started yet.
Hang on. I was talking to Amos. You never mind. Amos, how do you think it's going to go?
God. I don't know what to tell you, Rick. No, dude, I don't know. I feel like Edmonton, if Edmonton's going to win, the goal is going to help them steal the game. That's just it. Otherwise, Florida's going to be a cakewalk for Florida.
Or the Oilers need to find some scoring. So if their secondary starts to score, or McDavid or Draisaitl has like a monster game, that could help. By the way, we're going to be joined soon, shortly, by Alex and Eric at different times. I don't know exactly when. And if you're going to ask about Matt, I don't know. Do you, Cam? You know about Matt? No, we don't know.
Got a snowball's chance in hell.
No, just don't know. All right, Phil's first in. Phil must be on the toilet there. Poop. That's his baby is pooping. It must be your son is pooping. How's the son doing, by the way? How's your wife doing too? We want Florida. They got Florida. Might have been too much. Andre, how's it going, Andre? Guru, how's it going, Guru? And Roger, how's it going, Roger? Got to win tonight. Go Oilers, go. Yeah, I just don't feel it. That's the only problem. I'm still still going for Edmonton. Do I feel it tonight for them? I don't. So, but I hope. I mean,
well, you haven't seen desperation out of Edmonton yet.
Right.
For the past 3 series, they've been in commanding leads. They've only ever trailed once in a series. I mean, realistically, once desperately in a series where they were down 2 games. So you gotta now it's do or die, right? Like it's it. So you gotta imagine that they're gonna put everything out there. Leon Draisaitl, he said that I found this very concerning that they did not see, or we have yet to see the best that Edmonton can produce. But it's the Stanley Cup final. I don't feel like that is something that you really want to say, because you should say we need to dig deeper.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obvious though that it's not the best. They're not at their 100% best. How much of that is the absence of Zach Hyman? I mean, the thing is, Zach Hyman was a top 6 guy, so it's not secondary scoring there. So where's the rest of where's their secondary scoring? That needs to step up, and Stuart Skinner's going to have a monster game, in my opinion. David says he is praying Oilers get the first goal and keep the lead and be desperate and have a sense of urgency. Last game was an abomination. But, you could counter that by – and I hope for the same thing. Believe me, I do. But you can counter that and say, well, maybe it's just that reason they look like that is because Florida is just too good for them.
I said this at the beginning of the series, that if Edmonton was going to win, they needed to come out strong and get a commanding lead in the series, because long series tend to bode very well for the Florida Panthers. They are built for that. They are built to wear you down.
Yeah.
It's good. Right now, the series is going the Panthers' way.
And it's game 6.
If no. Going to win it, it was going to be in 6.
Game 6, it's long now. The series went long. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't see Florida blowing this game. I don't. And I've always said this, I believe this since I'm young, that game 6. No, let me take that back to game 5. Game 5 is a crucial game if you're tied up. If you're tied at 2, usually the winner of game 5 goes on to win the series. And, I think that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I mean, Rick, yeah, I tend to agree with you. History does not favor the Edmonton Oilers right now. I still think that he is McDavid's a generational talent, but not only is he going to need to be one of the biggest factors, you're going to need Draisaitl. Everybody up and down that lineup is going to need to produce in some capacity tonight, whether it be on the score sheet, whether it be drawing a penalty, whether it just making sure the puck stays out of the net. There needs to be effort all around a full 200-foot game tonight from every player.
Got to be a team effort. That's what I mean. Right. So the secondary scoring, all that stuff that's been missing, got to show up tonight.
Yep. Discipline too. Discipline is probably going to be the biggest key to the game, in my opinion, for Edmonton. They need to stay the hell out of the box. Once they're in the box, it's game over.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree.
I mean, we saw it. We saw it in game what? We saw it in game 3. We saw trouble in game 4. We see the guy polishing the Stanley Cup now. God, it looks so gorgeous. I want it.
What a beautiful cup.
It's in the building, so bear that in mind.
I was lucky enough to put my arm around that thing.
So, I don't know. People in the crowd, what do we think? Let's do some score predictions. How do we feel about tonight's game? Talk to us.
I don't want to give a prediction, to be honest. Phil says enough people say what did you write there? The Q. Enough people say the Q they can't believe. What did you write there? Is that English? I know some of that's English. I know most of it's English.
At least 3 words of that are English.
Yeah, but I don't know what you mean there, Phil. Sorry, I don't know what Q means. I'm not sure what you're getting at. Oh, he rewrote it. Enough people say they know they can't believe. They know they can't believe. Okay, that's just vague though.
Yeah, I'm not too positive on what's that in reference to, but
They know they can't believe what? You're talking about God? No, I agree with that. I can't believe that either.
he's talking about the bobsled team, the Jamaica bobsled. Okay. Yep. Cool
Jamaica,
running.
we got a bobsled team. That's what we're talking about? Alrighty. What's that movie called?
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
Sanka, you did? Great line.
Oh, I don't remember any lines.
Well, one of my favorite movies. Hey, Mose, what do you know?
Is it really one of your favorite movies?
Cool Runnings? It's hilarious. It's also a great movie. Just a general
Yeah, I mean, I saw it back in the day. It was funny back in the day, I gotta admit, it was.
Yeah.
Edmonton has to start early and not let up.
I don't think it's just that. I think they need to start on time. I think that's the important piece. Not just start early. I think that has many meanings, but I think starting on time and keeping the pace and then driving it from there. You saw it in Game 5, Game 4. The past few games, they have not started on time. Game 3, they didn't even start at all. So it's kind of like you really need Edmonton to score first.
I don't believe Guru meant that they should get a goal before the game starts, but he basically meant, I think, the same thing you said.
Yeah,
otherwise in the pre-game skate they score a couple of goals. Hey, we're starting early.
All I'm saying is, if they were to give Edmonton a small handicap, I'm not opposed. Not opposed.
Yeah, they ain't giving nothing. Got to earn it.
Something. It's just not going to be something ideal.
Got to earn the win.
So,
I don't know. For me, I don't know how to view this game. Honestly, I don't know what to expect exactly, to be honest.
I am hoping that the officiating tonight, with it being such a pivotal game, it is a potentially cup clinching game. I hope that they are wise in their calls. If not wise, at least consistent.
Sound like you're praying to the hockey gods. Let the referees be wise in their calls tonight.
No, I mean, if not wise, just consistent. So just call it as it is. You call it one way, call it both. You know what I mean? If you're going to call it one, call it both ways.
I'm going to say I disagree in that when you said call it as it is. I don't know that that's going to happen anyway. Just call playoff hockey. If it's egregious, call it. If it's not that serious, let it go. That's playoff hockey.
Sure. Call the egregious stuff. Don't call the other stuff. I'm with you, Rick.
I'm dirty, call it if it's dirty. If it's stuff like that, call it. But other than that, let them play.
Let them play.
Let them play.
I mean, for me, no matter what, a former Bruin is winning a cup this series, so I'm happy with it. Greer, Thomas Nosek, Brad Marchand, one team, and then I believe you have at least Trent Frederick on the other side. So,
yeah, well,
I guess there is reason to celebrate on my end.
I don't know. It doesn't put a cup in Boston's coffers.
No,
I mean, if you didn't like those guys, then what do you care? But if you liked them when they were in Boston, okay.
Oh, I like Thomas Nosek. I liked him. AJ Greer, I could have done without, but I wouldn't be upset that if he won a cup. And Brad Marchand, he was on the 2011, Stanley Cup championship team. So how can I not, also appreciate him getting another cup as well? So it's kind of like, I'm talking. Plus, honestly, Rick, I got to tell you, I hope Marchand wins. Part of me because I really want him to stick it to Boston.
He'll be doing that if he wins. So, I think that he is going to win a cup here. So as much as I want Edmonton, but I don't know. I don't see it. So let's see what happens in the game. But still.
I just want to see the reaction of Bruins fans that will just be like, and we weren't even guaranteed a first round pick until they won. I just want to see the reactions and see people overreact and be like, oh, well, what were we supposed to do? I'm like, that's not the whole point of the argument. The whole point of the argument is like in hindsight, it was not good.
The trade was not good?
Yeah.
It was so last second.
I agree.
That's why the trade. I mean, how are they going to come up with a good trade the way it happened?
Yeah. I mean, that third line for Florida, you got to look at it like, what is it? It's Lusterinen, Lundell, and Marchand. I mean, they've been phenomenal this playoffs. They're nuts. Yeah, see, there's a quote by Draisaitl. I don't know if.
Well, I mean, obvious. I mean, I don't think you've seen their best. That's the problem. Is you haven't seen their best.
Yeah, but you're gonna wait to Game 6 to show it. I would resonate more with Jake's statement where he said like we have to deliver. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like
yeah, but you say that though like it's on purpose. I mean, I don't think it's on purpose that you haven't seen their best. It's something that happens sometimes. That's why the games have to be played on the fucking ice, man. So listen, it's a Stanley Cup. You know, this is an elimination game, as you'd say. So, like, anything could happen here. Edmonton could surprise the hell out of us tonight.
They could. Listen. I don't think if Edmonton wins, it's going to be a blowout the way Florida has displayed it. But I do think that if Edmonton wins, it'll be by 2 goals, probably.
No, I gotta think if Edmonton wins, we're seeing overtime, and I think Florida's fully capable to make this a relatively easy game for them as far as the score shows, you know.
Sure.
But we'll see. I mean, we're gonna see. Phil says whoever wins tonight wins the cup. Well, that's not exactly true unless it's Florida. Because listen, you can say that, and then the next game, you don't know who's going to win.
It's the beautiful thing about a Game 7, high anxiety.
Yeah, especially that it's a Game 7 in a cup final. It's like it's a toss-up. More than likely, that's going to be a toss-up, and it should be a really solid game. But so should this one. I mean, if this is a blowout by Florida, I'm going to be very ashamed of the Edmonton Oilers.
Would that, if it's that bad, would you argue that Edmonton, again, maybe didn't deserve to be where they are?
I would argue that the Zach Hyman injury was bigger than it looked like it was going to be when it happened, and it caught up to them. Because there's no secondary scoring. There's no way Zach Hyman would be in no goals, I don't think anyway, in this series if he was in the series.
Yeah, so. I mean, also, Corey Perry's fucking cursed.
Is he? Well, yeah. maybe not. We're going to maybe find out, but
there's really any other way to describe it other than he's fucking cursed.
Listen, if I'm cursed, but I get to the Stanley Cup final, how many years in a row? Like I hope I wish to be cursed.
Yeah, but you never win. So like,
yeah, well, I'm just saying, curse me so I go.
Like, Christ, I mean, you know, the law of averages would say that you'd win one eventually, but how many? Like, he's already a Cup champion from the 2007 Ducks, but still.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think the law of averages works like that for this kind of thing. Law of averages doesn't give a shit about whether he gets a cup, another one or not.
No, you'd eventually. That's actually not true. Mathematically speaking, you'd be like, well, if you make the Cup final so many times, you'd imagine that you'd get a championship.
He couldn't play that many years. That's what I think, anyway. The amount of time he has left, it's not. He doesn't have enough time for that.
No, even as a coach, imagine he go out. If he were to retire tomorrow, I'd be like, "Can I be a coach?" I would stay 10 feet away from him.
Why? He might be a good coach. You don't know. I listen. The
Yeah,
kids here.
but he listen. I don't need none of those jinxes on my team, man. I don't need like Corey Perry being a coach and they make the cup
There's
final
no
and that's
jinx.
you're fired.
There's
But you
no
know what I
jinx.
mean? Like, goodbye. Thank you for your service. We have shit we have to do.
There's no jinx. There's no jinx. Florida has been the better team, I think. Overall.
No doubt. No
Definitely
doubt.
has
Oh,
been.
there's Roberto Luongo.
So pump up his team.
I gotta tell you. So they're gonna choose the guy that blew it in Game 7 against Boston.
Say that again. What?
Edmonton's winning tonight.
Why?
Because that's Roberto Luongo. I bet you he just jinxed.
How?
This entire thing. Edmonton's
What?
gonna win tonight.
Why? You think he was a good goalie?
He was a good goalie. He blew it in Game 7 in 2011. Hard not to say he didn't.
Okay, but this is in Game 7, so.
But his 5-hole was so wide, the freaking Amtrak went right through it.
I mean, that's hockey. It happens.
Oh.
We're underway on our screen.
Yep.
We're going to find out in the hopefully, next 3 periods. I hope this does not go to overtime.
Nope, it's already offside.
All right, let's see what people are saying here. I agree with you, Beba. It's goaltending is turning out to be a problem this year. Where last year it wasn't. Like, it was a surprise, but they're not getting that. Unless it happens. They got 2 games. It could happen now. They needed Jake Allen when we were selling. Yeah, probably would have been good for them.
Bobrovsky's been really good. I don't know where Edmonton's not getting goaltending. That's for sure.
Well, we don't know. The game just started. What goalie's more nervous, Bob or Skinner? Oh, I gotta think Skinner.
Skinner.
I mean, Bob's done
Bob's
this.
a champion.
Yeah, he's done this. I don't think it's not to say that he's not nervous at all, because it's like I get nervous still for these live streams. I've done a couple thousand videos. Like, I should get nervous, but they say if you stop getting nervous, that's not good.
Yeah, no, I mean, Bob's also in his 3rd cup final in 3 years. So
yeah, it's de rigueur. Yet I'm sure he's nervous a little bit, but not to the point where he's going to blow this game. I can't see that.
Yeah, once you face one shot, I think or a couple shots, you're settled in.
Yeah, I kind of think same thing for Skinner. You know, you get a couple of shots and you make the saves, you're good.
Nope, that might be. Is that a trip? Nope.
I don't think that was a trip.
Oh, we got a scramble in the crease.
Well, what happened? He didn't have control of the puck.
No,
I guess not. I couldn't tell, but
yeah, David, they're gonna need to hit, dude. I mean, that's what it is. Like, you know, they need to also take some physicality to Florida. They cannot shy away from that right now. They need to play the sport.
They've done that.
I don't know where it was. Did that cross? I don't even know where it was.
They've kind of done that at points. The thing is, they got to do it like the whole game. They haven't been able to do that, I find. I think a big key would be getting that first goal. It's like almost they need that first goal.
There we go. Edmonton's in the rush. Shot.
I know they showed McDavid and they showed the locker room earlier. Man, did he ever look mad? Like pre-game, he looked like if you guys fuck up, I'm coming at you. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, he also had the jittery leg just getting it out and like, you know, he probably pumped himself up, you know what I mean? Like silently like himself in the mindset.
He looked like he was ready for the loss.
No, because he's got to do his part too.
Yeah, no, you can't go in with that mindset, or you're already lost if you go in that way.
Currently joined by my roommate. Smile, you're on camera.
You're on candid camera.
I didn't realize it started already.
Yeah. Join the fun. Be on camera. Be a special guest. Kevin doesn't really watch much hockey, but like, yeah, put that fucking net hockey shot.
Imagine the people who want the Stanley Cup going to Canada getting a monkey paw wish.
There's some muttering comments there. Renegade man.
Ooh, getting a Demidov jersey. Nice, baby. How'd you like the t-shirts? The t-shirts fit okay? If they lose tonight, Skinner has to hire a bunch of bodyguards to Edmonton and get him and his family out of there. I would think I would think that they've already taken precautions with that because Skinner got a lot of death threats.
Yeah, that's like one thing I'll never really understand from any fan. Like it's a fucking game.
Yeah,
like you can grow up and realize like they're humans just like you. Like maybe
a little bit of what's wrong with today.
What was that?
It's a little bit of what's wrong with today.
Yeah, no, seriously, like just grow up. Like if you're seriously someone sending somebody death threats because they lost a hockey game, you need to go crazy or like go to an insane asylum, get arrested.
They need to touch grass.
Yeah, go outside, be a human.
Phil, I didn't think you would know that one. I only thought the old guys would know candid camera.
Yeah,
little Allen fun.
But don't go on someone's email.
You have a grace period of the night after the game to crash out. You sleep it off. You wake up. Your life's no different than it was the night before.
You're just one championship less. Oh, hey, there you go. Good save by Skinner.
Yeah, was that a save? Really?
Coach failed. Coach failed. Pissed. Oof. I set all this up for him. So now I'm just chilling here with Amos, who's also not in camera.
I get it, Phil. I just wasn't sure. I used to love that show, Candid Camera.
I mean, where the heck is Coach traveling up from?
Oh, I have no idea. Wherever he's working from.
Fair enough.
Oh wow, they didn't count that save by Skinner. It looked like he got a piece of it. 5 shots Edmonton though, so it looks like they're bringing some of the heat.
Oh.
Wow. What a goal by Reinhart.
Wow, that's right. I don't even know how he stayed on his feet, but he did. He managed to, and he got game over almost.
That's crazy. That was an insane goal by Reinhart.
Yeah. A highlight reel goal right there.
Yeah, Tyus Ekholm can't believe it. Look at that. Bad puck management. Who was that?
The monkey paw wish would be very hilarious.
Who's number 2? Fire him. Bouchard.
The hell was Skinner? What did Skinner see there that he fucked that up?
I'm not blaming Skinner on that. The Bouchard caught that puck up.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't
make the save
in like that. What's wrong with you?
Gotta make the save, man. Sorry.
Right there.
Yeah, but what do you mean? He picked off Bouchard. That was just a bad defensive play.
Yeah, that too. But I'm saying Skinner needed to save that. You can't say that's wrong.
No,
he didn't need to save it.
Look at this play. Look at that.
Skinner needs to save it all.
Here comes Reinhart. Yeah, no, I don't fault Skinner for a bad turnover like that. Like I don't see how you can fault Skinner for that.
Five minutes already into this game. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't see how you fumble that puck if you're Bouchard, and yeah, that was bad. And that's a guy that's going to want like $9 million, mind you, everybody. That is a guy that's going to want $9 million. I'd give him $2 and
Hang on, Alex.
And a firm handshake.
Alrighty.
Skip the handshake. Fuck the handshake.
Almost us.
Luke,
Who's going for Florida? He just hopped on.
a limp dick handshake.
Yep.
What?
Alex, you're missing it. Kevin has joined the party. He's just out of camera. He's camera shy.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Who's going for Florida?
Absolutely do
Reinhardt.
Bad goal for Skinner or bad goal on the defense?
Both.
Easily it was on.
So a mixture of a giant fuck up, in other words. Got it.
Yep. Matthias Ekholm tried to do a breakout pass. Bouchard coughed it up, sent Reinhardt in, and Reinhardt scored top glove side on Skinner.
Based off that, it sounds like the defense.
Aaron Judge did to the ball in the fifth inning of a World Series game.
Launched it into the opponent's glove.
AKA Bouchard F the puck.
David, you're not really going to lose to the same team twice, are you?
Watch me try. Wait, hold on. Watch him whip
No,
it.
challenge accepted.
Here, hold my beer.
Have both Selkie winners. That is crazy when you put it
Goes back to Florida, but it's Florida winning on Edmonton ice.
More like Molson Canadian. Here, hold my Molson Canadian.
Molson Canadian. That's our beer.
Again, look at how easy they're just breaking through to Edmonton. They're all already rattled. Oh, there goes McDavid.
Ooh, good kick out by Bob.
Hey, want to see McDavid skate 200 feet? Want to see him do it again?
Ha ha ha.
So I always like to see which one of the streams is ahead, and the one we're watching combined is ahead by 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, Alex, it doesn't matter because you should be watching the one that we're all on.
Yeah.
Well, we are, but I like to. One's a big TV, one's not.
That sucks. I'm in my basement with my laptop attached to my TV.
Womp womp.
Seven and a half minutes into this first period. Shots are 5-4 for Edmonton. It's 1-0 Florida.
And Bob holds it on a lackluster missed pass.
Yeah, Alex, look at this.
Oh, your view's nice.
Reinhardt went X Games mode right after the flop by Bouchard.
I'll have to watch the video at the end of the period.
Oh, it was pretty bad.
Mr. Magic thinks he gets the benefit of the doubt because he's playing hurt.
Who?
Ekholm.
Mr. Magic, yeah.
No, who was he giving the benefit of the doubt to?
Ekholm.
Back home because he's playing hurt.
They're all playing hurt, basically.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah, at this stage.
Bergeron played with a punctured lung. Chara with a broken jaw. Matty Tkachuk played like with a broken sternum last year.
Sean Couturier played with a complete MCL tear and had a 5-point hat trick.
Bob Gainey played with 2 separated shoulders.
Mark Scheif. No, was it Mark Scheifele that played with the exploded testicle?
I was gonna go with that when somebody played with it.
It was someone on the Jets. Was it
Blake
Franklin?
Wheeler. Blake
Blake
Wheeler.
Wheeler. Sorry.
Yeah. That's gotta top them all right there.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever be beat. Well, outside of Patrick Beverly asking what his next shift is after a heart attack.
Yeah.
I mean, not Patrick Beverly.
Attack on the ice and then waking up and just be like, my turn?
Wow, that's because that's all he remembered.
Can I do that whole thing with the puck now? No, you almost died. Get back on the bench. I mean, go back to bed.
Bobby Bond played with a broken leg, and that Bobby Bond, that's Boston, wasn't he? A Boston Bruin back in the day, like way back in the day.
Greg Campbell killed an entire 2-minute penalty on one leg and then skated off on his own.
Who?
It was
Glenn
45
Campbell?
seconds, but still impressive.
Was it Glenn Campbell? You mean Rhinestone Cowboy?
Gregory Campbell on the Bruins in the 2013
Gregory
Cup.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just got massive points from someone. Who hit a homer now?
Would I have Linder or Reinhardt? I'm taking Reinhardt.
Yeah. Got more heart, that's for sure.
More heart. Reinhardt.
It grinds your heart. No, that didn't. That was stupid.
You suck.
That was pretty good, Alex. I thought that was the recording. Won't lie to you there. You had me going. I was like, hey.
Boo. Oh, I was friggin' spamming that. That and the crickets were the two I spammed last night in your place.
My God, here we go. Another bad turnover.
Uh-oh.
Another bad turnover by Ekholm. Yep. Here we go.
Good save. Unscreened, but still good save.
Star defenseman. Where's Darnell Nurse?
The most expensive second-pair defenseman in the history of second-pair defensemen. How much do you cost? Yes. Oh, okay.
Too much money. But it was working for them for a while until they met Florida, and they were just like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's right. We can't get away with second-pairing defensemen getting paid like number one defensemen. Never mind.
Oh, is that kept in?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, and there we go. Oh, there's the puck. And there it goes.
9 minutes in, Edmonton dumps it. Kachuk loses the puck, and it is cleared all the way out the zone. And what was that, Darnell Nurse that touched it up?
I feel like I'm looking at a Stanley Cup winner and the losing team here tonight.
I'm not throwing the towel in on Edmonton. The last time these two players scored, Edmonton came back down 3.
I'm not saying it's too early in the game to say. I'm just saying I'm getting that
I
feeling.
would have been on a high stick.
Yeah,
I'm getting a feeling that I'm looking at a team.
How was that not a high stick? Why does Edmonton not have a power play right now?
I don't know. Why
the
can't you
refs are not.
Statement?
The refs didn't find that egregious enough.
His dick was pretty much kissing his cheek.
Do? How did you literally need him to snap a picture and send it to the ref's phone for evidence? Like shit.
I was gonna say he literally looked like he kissed him on the cheek with his stick. Stick kiss.
Did he need to get tackled and then egregiously have his stick put into the guy's face? I don't know what you want.
Said he gave him a little stick kiss.
You like that comment, Cam?
Campbell with a bag of dick cheese. His dad leading the suspension office was shameful. I guess somebody didn't like him.
Dick cheese, but he's a champion. Champion. Boston hero. Rip Bozo.
Gregory Campbell's a Boston hero?
He was. Killed that.
The Boston hero is Tom Brady and David Ortiz, if you ask me.
Yeah. David Ortiz, not Tom Brady.
Not the guy that won 6 Super Bowls and started a dominance for 20 years?
Was it the David Ortiz that stuffed his bat?
And now, yeah, that's crazy.
Was it the David Ortiz that corked his bat? Or got the wrong
No. He didn't cork his bat. It was
steroids then?
There was the Mitchell report that came out in, I think, 2004. that had his name on it, but he never failed a drug test. So
then he corked his bat. He got caught
no, he
corking
didn't cork his
bat.
bat.
I think he did.
The Mitchell. Do you have any evidence?
Who,
I'm going off memory.
Then that's defamation of character, sir.
I just say I kind of remember that.
Corked his bat.
He never corked his bat. At least not that I
He never did.
When Sammy Sosa,
but he was accused.
back when Sammy Sosa got caught corking his bat, didn't somebody else? Wasn't a Boston Red Sox?
Corked his bat, I believe, but Sammy
Yeah.
Sosa.
Four-side hockey, by the
Actually,
way.
name me a baseball player who wasn't on steroids.
But Sammy Sosa corked his bat, got caught.
They need to bring steroids back into baseball. Make it more
Honestly, you're not wrong, Dan, because the game sucks without it. As much of a crazy take as that might sound like, you're kind of right.
Dude, there has yet to be a year. Oh, wow, Bob made a good save.
Good save, Bob. Wow.
Controversy in the MLB regarding steroids or some form of significant substance abuse.
Someone
And listen, Ortiz couldn't have did what he did all that bad. He's in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, he never failed the drug test. He was on the medical report, but he never failed the
He
drug
never failed the drug test, but
I never failed a drug test. They tested me for drugs. I always passed. I took drugs.
Rick, you may not like this one. Like, Lucic was never convicted of a felony. He wasn't.
I'm not getting involved on that one.
The felony was that he was allowed. No, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
No, I'm just saying.
It should have been his mother that got the felony for birthing that ugly gorilla.
Hey, come on. Even gorillas can be pretty sometimes.
Messing back in the net, with the puck.
I'm never going to like Lucic. Never.
Verhage.
Oh, I never said you had to like
Rodriguez. Oh, good force turnover. Edmonton's got something here, maybe. Oh, never mind.
Nope. Because they fumble
Florida back all over them.
These
puck
people
every time Edmonton touches the puck, it feels like there's two.
Alex, you'll like this one. The Edmonton Oilers fumble the puck more than Mark Sanchez fumbles footballs.
Oh dear, we really making butt fumble jokes in 2025. I mean, it's still valid. It's still valid.
It almost worked out.
That was my one. If someone asked me, what was your favorite Thanksgiving memory? The butt fumble.
The butt fumble? What are you talking about?
You never watched. You never. You didn't. You never watched the butt fumble game between the Patriots and the Jets on Thanksgiving.
Why would I watch a Patriots and Jets game ever?
You don't have to watch the game, but it was on. It was on, I think, both ESPN and TSN. It had a year straight of being the #1 ranked not top play for a literal year.
So bad or it's
What year was that? Oh, hey, so hang on a sec there, Eric. Just hang on. How many are we? 3?
4. You know,
we're 4 now.
4.
Now we're 4.
Now we're 4.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Oh, come on, McDavid.
McDavid right on cue. Oh. That was poked.
How many points does McDavid have this series? I don't think he has many.
I think he's got like 6. I don't think he scored. They're all assists, but I think he's got like 6.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Hey, Bruce, how's it going, Bruce? Hey, BL, how's it going? I just noticed that you were out there.
You know, if I give McDavid one knock in recent memory, he needs to shoot the puck a little more. He's a little too pass happy. He's got a hell of a shot. He's got incredible handles. Take over, man. Be him.
We gonna pump you up.
Huh?
We gonna pump you up.
Here to pump those numbers up.
You guys,
France.
Too young. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Eric.
Bruce, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What would I do without Eric around here? What would I do without Eric around here?
I'm like the happy median.
He's the only one who gets me. He's the only one. So yeah. Well,
I think Eric just does it out of pity.
He's by the way, Bruce, he's a free agent after next season, I believe.
Yes.
Are we going to try to get McDavid? No, come on.
No, he ain't gonna
Yeah,
leave.
you
They're
and
gonna end up
31 other
signing him.
teams.
Yeah, I don't think so. You gotta have to pay a lot of goddamn money for him. That's
I
the one
don't
thing.
know. Like,
You don't
you
think
guys
so?
gotta think like he's gonna want to win, and you know he's gonna get paid $16 million. So it's like,
You know, I saw a point today, I forget where, about Marner and what he's looking for, and they said if Marner wants to go to a contender, he ain't getting $14 million.
No.
Because there's no contenders that got that kind of money. If he wants $14 million, he's going to a team that in a few years they'll be getting ready to compete in a few years.
okay,
And
so wait, what does that have to
that.
do with McDavid?
So McDavid, if he wants to go somewhere and get a shit ton of money, that's going to be tough on a big contender, on a top contender.
No, well, not
Because
for
he's
him.
McDavid.
There's a big difference between Marner and McDavid. You're talking about the best player in the world versus some guy.
No, I get that. I wasn't comparing that like that. I wasn't comparing them that way.
McDavid alone can carry the team. Look what McDavid did last year.
Yeah, but has he won? You see, alone, if he could carry them alone, they'd have won.
Yeah, plus,
No,
if he takes up
alone,
a good
no.
chunk of the cap, then you can't fill your other needs. So
Right. So
Yeah, but if I'm a star talented player, I would take a pay cut to play with McDavid because at least I know I could have a high chance.
I mean, me and you both would, but these guys aren't necessarily gonna. That's the whole point of having an agent is to get them as much money as possible.
Yeah, I think you're crazy to think that he still wouldn't garner like upwards of $16 million.
oh no, he's getting 16 minimum.
Whatever the max contract you can give out is, he's going to get.
I think it'll be 16 by the end of next year.
No,
It's
if I'm not
19
mistaken,
now,
the max you can give
19.
out is 20% of the cap.
which is 19, isn't it?
Yeah, which next year I think because the cap is going to 103.
It's going to be 20 million.
So yeah, you
he'll
could
get that.
technically ask for 20.
Yeah.
And he'll
he's,
get it.
he's not going to get 20 million, and I don't think
No,
he
he'll
would
get it.
No, he'll never ask for it.
He won't ask for it, but if someone said that's what it's going to take, someone's going to give it to him. Oh, good bomb. Was that
But it's a
friggin'
mistake.
the
to
Nuge?
do that.
Good
I
save.
think,
That was a piss missile.
I think next year if the Oilers are not in playoff contention or anything like that, Edmonton could trade him, and they would get a huge haul. I bet you that they would retain 50%. You'll probably get at least 4 first-round picks, and then you're good.
Yeah, except
Well, better with that. That was why we start for trading Luka Doncic.
I can't see Edmonton though not competing next year unless like things go really south for them. Like
Edmonton will still make the playoffs. They're
Yeah.
not going anywhere based off that. It's just, are they going to be able to actually compete for a cup?
I think what Edmonton really has to do is like they got to get him locked up by this summer because if he's not
I
locked
think
up,
they do extend him this summer, honestly.
because
I don't think they're
you
going to
could-
let this linger.
Yeah, I don't think you can go into next season with
Oh,
him,
big
like,
save by Skinner. This is where I hear this. Everyone's saying, oh, man, let's just wait till next offseason. Oh, that almost got through for a 1T. Everyone's going to wait to say, oh, let's wait till next offseason when McDavid's available. Yeah, you and every other team is going to be battling for him. Good luck.
No, I don't
Yeah,
doubt
exactly.
it. You're right. I'm just saying that was a possibility that I was just throwing out there. I mean, they're going to be right up against the cap the way I see it because Evan Bouchard's going to want money. He's the RFA right now.
They will launch Bouchard into the sun if it meant signing McDavid.
Then are you just going to keep
McDavid staying in Edmonton.
I mean, they wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, I don't see McDavid leaving.
Guys like
I
that
think
stay in.
If
where
you
they
told
are.
me to put a percent on it, I put it at 1.
That
That
he
he leaves,
Yes.
yeah, no, I agree with
Yeah.
that. There's a chance, but it's really small.
Yeah, because if he
there
leaves,
would
man,
not only would they have to regress next year, but there would have to be a lot of turmoil in that locker room as well.
They only have like $11.9 million to work with. I mean, they'll be back. I feel like they'll still be competitive, but they gotta at least they're gonna sign Trent Frederick. That'll give them their 12th roster man. Then you got to sign Evan Bouchard, who's going to want at least $8 million at least.
He's getting more than Nurse.
Yeah, he'll get 10.
Yeah. So then you're up against the cap. So do you get rid of Matthias Ekholm? Like you're going to have to figure out. They're going to have to get creative.
Excuse me. I like this too.
I'm gonna look at
Bruce, why can't we land McDavid? Because he's probably not leaving Edmonton. Probably the biggest reason. And you're not, if you're on pace for the rebuild and everything's going well, and why are you going to break all that up to land one guy that hasn't won the cup, so he can't do it himself?
FYI, Edmonton is projected to have over $64 million in cap next year. Mind you, they only will have 6 skaters under roster and no goaltenders, but they'll have $64 million under cap.
Okay, here's the next question. Having no goaltenders, is that better for them than what they got right now? Or
they can hit the reset. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to say it anyway. If the Hockey Canada players end up pretty much having a no trial or found innocent or for some reason get away with it, Carter Hart's going to Edmonton.
Why you mention that fucking name?
If that happens, that's a big if. But it's a cheap option for a guy that just wants to play.
I don't know if they would touch those players with a 10-foot pole.
If they're cleared, that's a massive if. I don't think they will be. I'm just saying hypothetically. If they're cleared,
brought that shit up.
Would it not make sense if he's cleared? I'm not saying they should do it. I'm not saying anything.
There's a reason why the NHL has morality clauses in their contracts. It allows them to terminate it for whatever reason.
Except he doesn't have a contract.
Let's say he's not under contract right now.
He's not, but he was, and he already broke it. I mean, those are
he was an RFA coincidentally the year it happened.
Yeah, the NHL is not like the NFL. I doubt he would find a team at least like that quick after being like
So hypothetically, he's willing to take a 1-year deal at minimum salary. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying it's an option.
I think it could happen. It wouldn't even shock me if like Edmonton throws him like 1 year, $1 million. Let's see what you still got, and that's it, and see where it goes from there.
Low risk. Yeah. Reward. If it doesn't work out, they're launching the friggin' Neptune.
Who are we talking about again?
Carter Hart.
No way.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see any of those players.
They don't give a fuck about what these players did. Realistically, if it's an opportunity for them to win the cup, they're going to do it. They don't care.
So
they shouldn't be reinstated.
They were never banned though. Like they were never barred. Like,
I agree with
you. They don't need to be reinstated because they were never actually.
Also true.
Yeah.
It's not just Hart; it's also everyone else that was involved. Like whether or not like you're.
But he's the only one who has any legit career left. Everyone else was mediocre.
Yeah, I still don't think they. Again, not this close after the trial. It's too close. He would need to.
I'm not saying it would be a good PR move. It'd be a terrible PR move.
Horrible.
He'd probably get booed every time he touches the ice.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. We got to calm Bruce down here. Bruce, you're being too much of a Habs fan. You're not looking at it through proper
Bruce,
lens.
Here's the issue. Everyone else is going to make the same run. You're not the only team fighting for him.
Yeah, but here's
the
problem.
And the rest of the league would do the same.
Here's the problem. Montreal is our team, and we do feel great about them and all that. But you're I don't know. I don't have the word, but you got to calm down. They're not the only good team. They're not the only contender. We just love them because they're our team. We love them more, so we think they're better than they are because you're looking with rose-colored glasses. You got to stop doing that. You're going to get disappointed. You're just going to get disappointed. You're going to disappoint yourself and be very disappointed when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, so what are you going to do? Even if you did get McDavid, he has to be your first-line center. There's no question.
If you did that, you're losing 2 or 3 core guys to pay him.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Let me ask this: if you were to do that, would you do it at the sacrifice of, say, Suzuki and Hudson?
Well, no, you can't get rid of them.
Why would they have to sacrifice?
Because that's how much money it would cost to do so.
No, you just wouldn't be able to put together a third and fourth line.
If he
gets a solid
20,
defense.
Marcy.
No, it's not going to happen, dude.
Realistically, this conversation will be over in a few weeks anyway, because McDavid's going to end up re-signing, I think, this offseason.
Yep.
I think he might test free agency.
Oh yeah, don't expect it, Bruce. They might try.
Realistically, if he ends up testing free agency, it's for the sheer fact that something went terribly wrong. Oh, Tuesday.
That's it.
Was that Kachuk?
And this is
okay.
You know
Edmonton is on life support now.
Oh yeah. And it's a last minute. It's also a last minute goal.
That was
a killer.
That's a backbreaker. That was a snipe too
That's
through the
a
traffic.
killer.
You know, when I was doing research for the pod yesterday, I didn't realize that Kachuk actually leads the team in points. He's number one in Florida in points.
For the playoffs, you're talking about?
Yeah,
Wow.
for the playoffs.
I can't wait to find out what injury he's been playing through.
I was expecting him to be like maybe third, fourth, fifth, because like I don't know why. I just don't.
Off the glove.
Did Lindell get a stick on that?
No, went off his glove and then
Skinner's glove.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was a good screen then, regardless.
Listen, I can't fault Skinner for that one.
No, that was a good screen. That was a good screen. Definitely not on him. No, it's a nice clean screen.
Nobody is clearing him out of the.
Yeah.
That's on the defenseman. Give you goal in the vision to see the puck. The fact he even got a pad on it like that is fortunate.
Give me the monkeys.
Wait. Bruce, what are you talking about? The players on the Habs would restructure their contracts to get.
You can't restructure mid-contract.
Like, how's that gonna happen?
This isn't the NFL. Once your contract is ironclad, you're in the NHL. If this was the NFL, that would make more sense. But you can't do that kind of stuff. Contract.
You can't do that kind of stuff in the NHL, so it ain't happening.
Or if it was baseball and you could defer all your money at the end of the contract, which is stupid.
But a lot of great players never won a cup. I mean, you might be right, but I don't see him leaving Edmonton, Bruce. I mean, listen, you could hope if you want, but I think the guys were right. They're going to lock him up.
Raise your hand to the sports gods and offer them their energy.
You're going to have to offer the sports gods a lot to get McDavid here.
I mean, you could at the beginning of a contract, but once a contract is signed, that's your deal until the contract ends. In football, you can restructure it and spread the money out throughout like later years if you want to extend and restructure. Baseball, as I mentioned, you can do this new bullshit called deferring money to the very end.
And they can do that in hockey now, too, because somebody done it in hockey.
You can defer money to the end?
Yeah, somebody did it. There's a contract. I don't remember who it was.
God, I hope that doesn't become a thing now.
Slavin did it. I think 2 people from Carolina did it.
Yeah, a couple of players have done
but it still counts against the cap, doesn't it? Like the same
it's
cap?
It's just calculated differently. It's fuck. I remember. I
heard your AAV, I think, might. I'm not sure, but I don't know.
You said Slavin and Carolina did it?
I don't know. I think it doesn't. It counts.
Yeah.
It doesn't count against the cap, but I mean, if they're deferring the money, that money must, over a long period of time, count against the cap every year.
Yeah, because it says. Wait a minute. Yeah, because it says Slavin's making pretty much $6.4 million until 2033. So
Yeah, no, the deferred money just lowered his cap by like $500,000 or something, not by much, not by like super much.
okay, so at least it's not nearly as impactful as like the MLB.
No. There still hasn't been one player that's done it like the players in the MLB that's taking like all kinds of money deferred later in the year.
That rule is so garbage, man. Like what the Dodgers do there is so nonsense.
That's a good point. BL makes.
Yeah, because it was a big thing. I remember it was a news story because apparently something like the state of California is like, wait, hold on a second, like, no, like because he's gonna be paying taxes on that money, but like if he goes back to Japan, so he's gonna be paying taxes on that in Japan, but not in California, because that's where he's getting the biggest chunk of his money. So the state of California is like, wait, hold on a second.
No, you'd have to get it in California. That's where you earned it.
No, because
realistic. Next year's off season.
That's the advantage with deferred money is that let's say you're in a high income state like California,
right?
So instead, like if you defer the money to like years after you stop playing, but now I move to somewhere else, I pay the taxes in that other place, not in California. I only pay taxes in California while I'm playing there. So like let's say I should be getting 10 million a year, but because I defer, let's say 8 million a year into like my retirement, I'm only paying taxes on 2 million in California, and then I'll be paying 8 wherever I'm going to be later.
Yeah,
that's why they were like at one point, like there was a whole story where like the state of California was like, wait, hold on a second. I'm like, we should be collecting money on this contract in taxes, but it's gonna be somewhere else. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, deferred money, I don't like it.
Oh, I agree with you, Rick. I think the whole deferred money thing is just nonsense.
It got to lead to a lot of problems down the road, especially if you're a bad manager, your team doesn't manage to cap very well in the money. It's got to lead to problems down the road. But you're right. If it's way after a guy's going to retire, no, it's kind of out of their hands at that point. Yeah, whatever. No, I don't think it was Swayman. I don't think Swayman deferred any money.
No, he didn't. He just hates his team and ruined every bit of negotiating prowess he had.
So here's the question: who would you rather have, Tkachuk or Pasta?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I like pasta for supper sometimes. You know, with a good sauce. It's good. I don't think Tkachuk would taste the same.
Oh, you suck, Rick. I don't know. That's a good one, man.
That's a tough question. I think I would lean Tkachuk just more for the intangibles that he brings, because they're like points wise, they're more or less the same-ish.
I think Pasta's a more offensive tuned player. I think Tkachuk has more of an all-around impact on the game. Well, so I think it really just depends what you're looking for.
I think you guys are missing the point. You're looking at Tkachuk and what he's doing. You want to win a cup?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Honestly,
Tkachuk
that's a very fair point.
Proven. I don't like the guy personally, but man, I'm taking Tkachuk if I'm.
You don't like anyone, do you?
Sometimes.
If they
Rick's
don't
like an old man outside of his house. You bricks, get
off my lawn! Get off my lawn! You can't see me because
I hate everyone.
I got the shotgun in my hand.
Yeah. If there's no CH on that jersey, he's hated. That's the rule.
Yeah,
Them the rule.
Habs logo or off my lawn, or give me drugs. That might be okay.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh my God, Ekholm got worked. I just saw the goal. That's not on Skinner at all. I mean, Skinner at all. That first one, Ekholm got used, man.
Who got the first goal anyway?
Reinhardt, and he freaking put Ekholm in a blender.
I'm looking at it. What? Oh.
He's been Edmonton's worst player. Ekholm should have never came back from injury. He's been fucking dog shit since he's come back. Should have just stayed on the shelf. Edmonton was playing better without you.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I think you're right. Like the defense has been a little bit in shambles since he came back. Like It's like they had to screw up all the pairings and like, I don't know.
I wouldn't take Brady over Matthew. No way. Give me the guy who's won the cup. This is Brady's first time making the playoffs this year. I know he's got a worse team, but still, give me Matty.
Oh, Brady's has the meaner, is like kind of has a little bit more of a mean streak to him than Matt does. But Matt's the
I
more.
can agree with that.
Matt's still a pest, and he produces more than Brady. So I think I'll just take Matt anyway.
Yeah, give me Matt. And that's not a knock on Brady to Chuck. I'd take him. He's a first line left winger, no doubt about it.
I'll take him on my team any day.
Yeah, I'd trade him. I'd trade any player not named Mitchkov for him.
Oh yeah.
What about this one? Who do you like more as a person, Kucherov or Kachuk? I don't know either of them.
Well, I don't know any of them personally, so
yeah. So
honestly, I still I like both players. I don't really have ill will on either of them, but what Kucherov did in the friggin' All-Star game, just not giving a shit. I don't know. I mean, no one gives a shit on it, but it was like it was blatant to the point of like him saying, "I don't even want to be here right now." When he was in the skills competition, I'm like, bro, come on, man. You're getting paid to be here in Vegas. Have some fun with it.
For a skills competition? I don't think
it's like 2 years ago, yeah.
They didn't get paid for that, though, do they?
They get paid for that, yeah.
Sure.
I think they get a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, it's hot in here. It's hot in here tonight, boys.
Eric, what'd you think of Danny's presser?
I didn't have the chance to watch it yet. I'm going to watch it probably either later tonight or tomorrow or something.
I'm going to say this. I am taking absolutely nothing he says at face value.
Nah, you can't.
The one thing that he said that stood out that sent Flyers Twitter on a rampage was him pretty much saying, like, first and second, like, centers are, like, almost impossible to get unless if they're fourth liners. And even them, you'd have to give, like, a second line winger up. And everyone was freaking like, oh, great, he's not going to add now. I was like, no. It means he's not showing his hand.
He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong.
Danny said it at the end of the year presser. He said it. He plans on adding. And Danny, you can say what you want about some of the draft picks he made, but most of the trades he's made, he's won. Not all of them, but he's won more than he's lost. Just ask Calgary.
No, he's been so far so good for Briere. Like, yeah. But like I said, like he's not wrong. Like centers are hard to trade for.
They are.
Look how many teams are actually looking for centers. Like, they're not available. That's what it is.
I was listening to Sam Filippo a little bit today when he was having him and Russ were talking for a little while. So he said Desnoyers is the Flyers' number one target. And then it's Jake O'Brien. And then Higgins. That was a little interesting to me.
No, I don't like that. No. I think Higgins.
I don't know. Listen. I don't know how much I believe that either. Could be another smoke screen. Danny don't tip his hand to nobody, as I've said. But we'll see. Realistically, I wouldn't be mad with a Jake O'Brien pick, but I would be upset if they picked him over Higgins.
Yeah, 100%.
Overall, if you're picking Jake O'Brien, the player itself, I'm like, okay, he's, in my opinion, number 7 or 8 for me on the board. I'm cool with that. Great playmaker. But
Suck it, Alex.
You're just mad because you don't know nothing about draft talk.
I've been trying to get a fucking word in.
Listen, I just want to point this out that I did not do that to you.
I did it.
Oh, it was Rick.
I've been trying to get a word in for maybe like 5 minutes.
Oh, you haven't. I only
too late now.
Like 1.
I kept putting a thing up I wanted to comment. No, nothing. Couldn't get you guys to stop.
Well, speak.
It's too late. I don't want to now. Okay?
Well, you know what I have to say to that?
Ooh, you suck.
Ooh, you suck. Not since my college days.
What?
Mr. Magic says McDavid is gone. He's not staying.
I believe it.
I don't agree.
Until he
Nice.
officially signs somewhere else. Unless his shit hits the fan next year.
Plus, if I'm Draisaitl and then he just walks, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Like, I signed here because you were gonna sign and now you're fucking leaving.
Yeah, but to be fair, look at how much Draisaitl signed for, $14 million. You gotta understand something at that point that's you ate up a lot of that money.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's not very well paid, but like there were even people saying that like if he would have hit the open market this summer, like he was probably garner about 16. So
I will
someone
say
would've paid
this.
Draisaitl.
It is kind of crazy. The Oilers literally have only 6 players under contract after the end of next season.
Bad management, maybe. Or
Yeah.
they have something they're planning to do.
Or they knew
The
that
only 6
at that point-
players. Only
Only the-
6 players under contract after next season ends. Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Matthias Janmark, Darnell Nurse, and Ty Emberson. That's it.
And the cap will have gone up by then, what, 14 million or something from today?
The Oilers are going to have almost $65 million in cap.
Yeah, so maybe that's their plan. They maybe want to do a retool if they haven't won a cup.
They won't have a choice.
They'll have enough money to
Because
do a
they ain't going to be
retool.
able to sign everyone.
That's not just a retool. That's a whole new fucking team.
Well, that might be the plan if they haven't won a cup by then. They're keeping McDavid, and they're going to have money to build around him and make another go at it.
They also
So
don't have
McDavid, just hypothetically, say they give McDavid 17, just for argument's sake. That leaves him with about 48, 47 mils, something like that. With 7 players currently on the roster, you need 2 goalies, 4 defensemen at least, and 7 forwards at least, and that's just to construct the lineup. That would be interesting.
and that number doesn't even include the Bouchard extension.
Yeah,
You have to figure there's a. So what's he making now? I don't know what's Bouchard making now. Plus you got to add
Well,
at least another
Bouchard
5
gets
5
10.
to that.
that'd be another 10 mil.
There's no way
on-
if Bouchard gets $10 million, they're fucked.
I think they're
He's gonna
fucked
get 10.
regardless.
He can't get $10
Like
million.
there's no way he accepts there's no way he accepts a contract in Edmonton less than Darnell Nurse.
I agree
No
with that.
There's no way that they're also gonna they have to sign Trent Frederick too. So Frederick will have to take a pay cut.
They don't have to sign Frederick. They can let him walk. I think they will.
are. No, they
Like,
are.
Rumor is
Alex,
he's signing.
he's signing. There's something.
No, I know. I'm just saying they don't have to do it. I said he's gonna stay, but I'm just saying they don't have to do it.
They don't. They only have 11 forwards right now.
Okay.
As the season ended right now, they only have 11 forwards.
It
And
might be ending right now.
bring someone up.
Yeah, plus I wouldn't be shocked if like they trade the Evander Kane, so probably Evander Kane's gonna be gone.
I think Matthew Savoy will probably be up next year.
Actually,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I
Savoy.
agree 100% with Eric. Evander Kane gone.
Probably.
They're
They
gonna have
have
to
to
get a
make
bit of
moves
salary this summer.
They're gonna. It sounds like they're gonna make a big retool.
I need a trade. I know it's not going to happen mid-game, but I need a trade.
Oh, and the Bruin guy went upstairs. So what do you think of this? Should the Oilers have gotten Swayman when they had the chance? If they did ever, they didn't ever. Right? They never had a chance to get him. How would they have gotten him? He was an RFA. They would have had to trade for him.
Or
Yeah,
offer
but at the
sheet.
trade
Yeah.
Or offer sheet. Right.
I just think Edmonton doesn't need a star goalie. They just need someone who's capable.
Yeah.
like a Darcy Kemper.
Honestly,
I don't know,
that's the truth for any team.
yeah.
You need a good goalie. You don't need the best, but you need a good goalie. And if he gets hot at the playoff, that's awesome. But yeah,
Want to hear a crazy statistic? Florida has outscored Edmonton in the first period in this series 13-4.
Jesus. And the second
Yeah,
period,
Edmonton has not had good first periods. It's terrible.
They have, in fact, the last 4 games, Florida has outscored Edmonton in the last 4 games in the first period 9-0.
Jesus.
That's the difference. Edmonton can't start. I mean, Kevin's person.
Again, it didn't change in this game, so I don't know how you can expect them to win here.
Well, I mean, they came back from one of them.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I mean, okay, and what I was going to say is it doesn't look like they're going to come back, but I mean that's the same in the other games too.
Yeah, like I said, we said that the last time.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Florida. So
So I said it's I'm not ready to write them off yet. But
well, no, obviously not. But what I meant what I said earlier was it to me. When I'm watching this game, I'm seeing a Stanley Cup, a team about to win a cup in Florida, and a team that doesn't have what it's going to take to do that.
You might be right. And honestly.
I could be 100% wrong too, because we don't know how they're going to come out in the second. But man, if they don't get the next goal, it's over.
Yeah, probably.
We said that they had to get the first goal. And they did.
But at this point, now you look at it and go, well, they got to get the next goal, because if they don't, they go down 3-0 in the second. I cannot.
Do you think Pickard starts the second?
No,
because I don't blame either of those goals on Skinner.
Right. No, he's right
Neither
there.
would I, but if you go down 3-0,
if they go down 3-0, they might pull them just to see if they can give the team a spark. Then what do you got to lose?
Yeah, at that point, right.
But I wouldn't do it to start the period.
Oh man. Yeah, they really got to do something with that goaltending this offseason.
And they got to get some damn depth.
Underway in the second.
At least get somebody to play. Like, if you're gonna keep Skinner, which I'm pretty sure they are, at least get somebody to actually tandem with him, or like a 1A 1B situation. But like Cal Pickard, come on,
split.
It's serious.
Like
goalie
Swayman,
number 6 in the Flyers' 8-goalie rotation.
Like Swayman and Allmark were doing. That's what they need to do. They got to get a guy like that can do that.
Except both the goalies you named are light years better than anything Edmonton has.
No, I get it, but they got to find a guy that's going to be that, or just like I don't know what they're going to do. Why even bother to keep McDavid if you're goaltending?
Breaking news: Oilers sign Rick Seligman to a 1-year, $3 deal.
No. Listen, I'm going to stand in net. Whatever, it better be for a lot more than $3. I want at least 10.
Okay, they're going to negotiate it down to 7. You get a no movement clause, and you get a bag of Cheetos as a bonus.
I give
whoa, that was my deal.
I gotta give.
You gave me Cheetos for that trade you mentioned on Twitter.
Can I get a word?
Rick.
Can I get a fucking word in? I give the no movement clause because I ain't gonna be able to move much.
Yeah, no kidding. Your no movement clause is involuntary.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be moving in net. That's my no movement clause. I'm just gonna stand there.
His no movement clause is Scarecrow edition.
That's it. Like what's it from the Mighty Ducks? Didn't they tie the goalie in net? You're gonna have to do that to me.
Oh, good Lord! One slap
oh my
shot.
God.
Rick's gonna
I would probably pee myself laughing.
I'm the new Goldberg.
If that was the case.
One shot and Rick's going to disintegrate.
No,
going to have to dustpan him off the ice.
I made of sterner stuff than that. 3 shots.
I'll give you 2. The first shot will just stop your heart, and the next one will just turn you to dust.
There you go. I'm not a vampire,
Oh, that almost squeaked through.
I suck, but I don't suck blood.
Well, what do you suck then?
What's up, Dick?
I didn't say what. I just.
Oh, good Lord, Rick! You didn't set yourself up good for
whatever your fantasies tell you, you can. Whatever.
You're the one who said you suck.
I said I suck, but I don't suck blood because I suck. I'm, doesn't mean I suck.
Yes, it does.
Isn't it funny? I knew this. I knew the action to make though. Nobody caught it, eh?
Oh God!
Boo!
I usually use 2 hands. I usually use 2 hands, but hey.
Drugs, get me mallet.
Marchand with the puck behind the net. Edmonton forward checking a little, but Florida is clearing. Oh, here's a rush. Big David kicks
Oh,
across, shoots.
how
Oh,
did he
goal!
go on that?
Did Bob get that?
Yeah, Bob
I
got
think he
that.
got it.
Wow.
Bob's hot.
That was a
He's
good
dialed in.
pass, too, by
Dialed
McDavid.
in.
He's dialed in, man. Game 7 last year.
Connor, I know that was the right play to make, but shoot it. Be him.
The save there.
That was a hell of a
You're not going to
save.
show the other one?
They got
Here.
There it is. Let's see.
No,
he just
he hit
missed
the
it.
side of the net.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
Got it
missed
wide.
it.
Okay. I thought he got it.
I wasn't sure if Bob made that save or not.
But Bob made him hit the side of the net by being in position.
But it wasn't going in regardless, even if he did make the save. That was going wide.
Elevation, you never know. If that was elevated, he could have got it.
Mm.
What? That was wide by about 3 feet.
No,
I'm saying if he would have got it.
It just missed.
If he would have gotten the elevation.
All right, maybe 1 foot, but it was wide.
1 foot.
No, it was 100% wide. I'm just saying if he would have got it on the net but got elevation.
Oh yeah, he got it on the net, sure.
But because of the way Bob was playing, Perry had to try to get it as close to the inside of the post as possible, and he missed.
Elevate it up high.
Right in the good basket.
If you have your toe open, elevate it up high. It goes top shelf.
Okay. Honestly, you do that while you're in that position.
I have done it. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, against what talent?
He said,
I don't
fuck you.
And we're not talking about video games.
Neither am I.
Okay.
I may be in my underwear eating chips in my basement with my dog and watching hockey, but Christ, I played.
I was never a goalie.
Oh, Alex, do you have equipment?
Not anymore, I don't.
Oh, man, they have men's league. I just joined one in Nashua.
I think my ice hockey days might be over. If you ever want me to play street hockey, I'd be up for that.
Easy. I'll do a summer league with you at Hockey Town.
I'd be down to play some street hockey. I don't know if I play every week, but I'd be down to play. I'd be ice hockey. I ain't going to work the next day. Oh, wraparound. Did he save that? Yes. Schmidt, shot, wide.
How did fucking Nordy not be here? Could be the last game of the season.
It's Nordy. What do you expect? Nordy's going to be late to his own wedding. Nordy, where are you? I had to go to the bathroom. Bro, your bride's at the friggin' stand.
What are you talking about?
I said Nordy would be, Rick said, where's Nordy? And I said, Nordy would be late to his own wedding. Are you surprised? And then I made a joke describing what would happen. That shot just went wide.
I feel there's like a kid's book in that. Where's Nordy?
Where has Nordy gone? And Dakota says, told y'all, Panthers in 6. Yes, he did. He might be right.
I still blame Alex because the second he stopped rooting against Edmonton, they started sucking.
Well, I wanted to make sure we didn't get picked 32 for 2 years in a row.
Clearly.
I didn't realize it's Dancing with the Stars finale. Now we know what matters.
Oh, my God.
Oh, geez.
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody.
You sure it's that or it's Bachelorette? Because I know he likes that too.
No, I think Alicia likes that. But to be honest with you, I watch trash reality TV with my girlfriend all the time. Best thing ever.
Oh, I can't do that.
Jordy's favorite show is As the World Turns.
That's the word.
That are All My Children. It's some type of soap opera he likes.
Well, Days of Our Lives.
In Canada,
Days of Our
Coronation Street.
I used to be, you know what? Either was like a 2 to 3 year span, man, where I was really into fucking Days of Our Lives.
Oh, my mom used to watch. My mom watched that when I was growing up. And then when I got married, well, Lou watched, I don't know. When I first got together with my ex-wife, she watched these soaps during the day. So when I was home, I couldn't figure out which show, because nobody I knew watched these shows before. I thought it was all this one soap opera the whole afternoon. I couldn't tell the difference.
Any sane male probably would say the same, Rick, so you're fine.
I'm a sane male, yeah. First time anybody
any
ever told me
sane
that.
male besides Rick, I should say.
It's the first time I've ever heard that. I'm sane. Hurricanes are buying out KK. I've heard that. I heard that actually.
Did that actually just get announced?
Really?
No, but I've heard this a couple of weeks ago. I think I heard that. It was one of those Facebook reels I watched. It was one. I don't know which creator, but had that. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Oh God, you're
I'd be
not gonna like
surprised.
this news.
I don't
He
think
has
they're
a
very
lot of
happy
stirring
with him.
left.
They want him as a second line center, and he's never going to be that.
No.
Who?
Boys, you're not gonna like this news. Chris Johnston just reported people across the NHL, including some working for the league, want to see the NHL playoffs expand from 16 teams. No.
What?
What?
That's what reported from Chris Johnston.
Wait,
no. Yeah.
They want 20? 16 to 20?
They'll probably do what the NBA does and go to 20, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there. There is no reason to expand. 16's perfect. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think for now it's okay, but if they do continue like expansion and we end up with 34 or 36 teams, then I think then they might have to expand it.
36, maybe we can renegotiate this, but not now. We're at 32 still.
No, don't expand the games. Come on,
Yeah,
like
don't give
I
me
don't
the idea.
want to, but at least I could understand why they do it if they went to like 36 or something.
No, it doesn't even matter what their logic is. It doesn't make sense because you got to think about the warmer climates and how the ice conditions and everything. No.
What they
They
would
need to start
probably
the
do
season
is to
earlier,
do
that's
what
all.
the NBA does and do a play-in thing.
What are you gonna do? Put a bunch of fucking ice packs under the ice and say, "Yeah, that'll hold it."
I don't think it would go to July. Yeah, honestly, BL Duff nailed it. Money's going to decide it for sure.
100%.
No, the best thing they could do is actually just move up the season, like about a couple weeks, and then if they want to do like a play-in round, maybe like do a best of 3 max or just like a 1 game.
It should be a 1-game thing.
Yeah, and so it won't take that much time.
Well, if they're talking about a play-in series, then I can do that. Yeah.
But then that kills the. You know what that's going to do?
3.
That's going to kill the momentum of all the teams that are actually in the playoffs because they're just going to get rusty, and these teams that have been playing are going to get a little bit of an edge over them.
That's why if they do it, it has to be like a 1 game or
That's what I agree with.
or like
1 game they'd have to do.
or a best of 3, but it has to be like very condensed.
However, one
3
thing that I
games
agree
and
with,
4 nights.
However, one thing that I agree with that Chris Johnson has tweeted is that they are considering changing the cap rules to extend into the playoffs, which
I agree with that too.
Well,
100%.
I heard that.
And this bullshit when it comes to fucking teams putting guys on LTIR to exploit the cap. 100% agree with that.
Although Vegas is going to be pissed, and they're just like, so we can't sucker punch Mark Stone.
We can't throw Mark Stone in oncoming traffic.
Oh shit!
What do you
You
mean?
mean he has to really be hurt?
What do you mean we can't accidentally take a 5-iron to his knee?
By the way, guys, this just in: Mark Stone suffered a nosebleed. He'll be out indefinitely. We'll be ready for the playoffs.
Oh, okay, good. Thank goodness. Remember when Tampa did it with Kucherov too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think Rob actually was like significantly injured.
He missed the entire regular season, and he was back game 1. Oh,
If I'm not
I thought
mistaken,
that's not 5 whole half a second.
the big controversy with Kucherov wasn't that he was legitimately hurt. It was that he could have gotten operated because he needed an operation. He could have got operated 3 months before, but they delayed the operation till like I think it was like December or something. And then they're like, okay, so now the timeline puts him at the playoffs. So it's like
Edmonton
come
got a
on,
bid
man,
here,
like-
and Ekholm pinches, and he's going to be out of position. And here comes a rush for Florida, but they got lucky.
I mean, if you think about it too, it adds a lot of strategy to the teams to how they navigate their cap, their contract negotiations, everything. That changes a lot, and people might not understand that. Like, it's not easy to do cap dumps now.
Oh, actually, a good save there.
Yeah. Oh, solid by Skinner.
Actually, however, guys, what do you think about this one? If they were to extend that to the playoffs, right? The cap. Should they increase the number of contracts that the teams are allowed to retain salary on? I think yes.
What's it at right now? 3?
3.
Great.
You can add one more. I'm fine with that.
Yep. Or do they, because right now the maximum retention is 50%. Do they allow it to go up to 75%?
Nah, I'd keep it at
No,
50.
no.
That's
That
too
I
much.
wouldn't change.
Okay. Yep.
Because the max retention, you could filter through a second team also. So like already you could have a contract only 25%. So
Yeah, that's what the Flyers did with the Provorov trade.
no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think maybe adding another spot there would make sense.
Yeah, one extra spot I'd be okay with. Don't make it where one team can do 75%, because then people are just going to be pretty much holding on to big money on expiring guys for free to get these ridiculous payouts.
You're gonna have guys at like $50,000.
Yeah, no.
Filter through
I'm
another
good
team,
with
it's
that.
like,
Oh, weird
Oh.
angle shot, Bob with the stop.
Edmonton is the only team that has not had a power play.
What do you say only team? There's only 2 teams.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any penalties this game, has there?
There's been 3 total penalties. One by Florida, 2 by Edmonton.
In this game, I didn't notice any penalties.
I believe so. No. Sorry. No, I was mistaken. It was a 4-on-4 in the first period. I apologize. Baby. We see it.
Puck behind the net. 10:23 to go in the second. Florida's now got a bit of a rush. Potentially a 3-on-2 going the other way. Reinhardt
nice cut.
makes a move. Rips it. Say, puck loose. And Skinner holds it for the whistle. Bennett, seeing how it's been pretty much nothing has changed in terms of players, I think Bennett's still my Conn Smythe pick.
Most probably. Marchand didn't get a point yet.
You know, he's been quiet in this one game so far.
Yeah, Bennett's getting it then.
Yeah, unless Edmonton comes back and Marchand gets like an OT winner, as you mentioned, or some shit like that, then yes, then I could say, all right, I'm on Marchand.
Yeah.
I don't think Marchand had that much of a chance to win it. I mean, I understand he's been pivotal in this final, but throughout the playoffs, he's just been consistent. But Bennett has also been insane.
Like I said, 15 goals for Bennett in the playoffs. He's been dynamite.
Plus, if I'm not mistaken,
sorry, Eric, go ahead.
no, if I just want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Conn Smythe voting, like the ballots, have to be in by the end of the second period. So, like, even if the Edmonton Woods, like, let's say, tie it up, and then Marchand just somehow gets the OT winner, I think the ballots are already in. So, like, you can't like vote in the last second.
Yeah, it's Bennett if it's Florida, Draisaitl if it's Edmonton. That's the way I see it. Or they could completely shock you and go Marchand. But I doubt it.
Not good. I think Marchand has a case. I just think Bennett right now should be the leader.
I always think they're not allowed to grab the helmet, but that's just in football, right?
Yeah.
In hockey, you're not allowed to rip the helmet off.
Yeah, that's it. I need to get some air conditioning. My ass is sweating like Krell.
Oh yeah, Harvey's.
Podkolzin and Kulikov, the two Irish guys, going at it. My Russian guys fight.
That steak looks dry.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good. I'm hungry too, so.
Is it hot?
Eh? Oh, I got food here. I made these peach and blueberry muffins.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Cake muffins.
Ooh, which reminds me. Wait a minute.
Oh.
What?
I don't know. Muffins reminded Alex something.
Yeah, something important.
Cam's gonna hate me.
He already does.
I can see you anyway, asshole. I only have one.
A DQ Blizzard?
Oh my god.
How'd you have that? Just
I kept that in the fridge. So I got Dairy Queen yesterday, but my stomach was fucking with me, so I kept it in the freezer. And then after, when I got home from work, I moved it to the fridge, and it's just right now.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
It's the brownie one too.
Oh.
Oh man, DQ had one a few years back, a couple years back, like a berry cheesecake blizzard. It was so fucking good. But now it's discontinued.
Bro, there's a DQ less than 10 minutes from where I live. It's awesome.
I don't know about that.
Alex, did you let Whitey know about what I said?
Oh, send him a second message. I forgot to do that today. I did send him your number, but I'll message him in a minute. That might be on the second one, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm a little too busy to, you know. Bob has been good.
Yeah, he's been solid.
They're not getting. Whoa, hey, oh, McDavid.
Oh, hey, better get that out of there.
That was McDavid or Podkolzin? No, McDavid.
McDavid. You can kind of see they're shying away from the physicality a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna lock it down.
I just tagged him on that Snapchat.
Come on, make it interesting. Yeah, they're taking a long time with these decisions. Puck's got to move quick. Amos. Did you tear this? Here, I'll move the pillow for you. You dingbat. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Okay. What can I say? So I'm gonna go fuck myself. What the fuck?
What's Flyer at right now?
I don't know.
We're kind of in the middle of a stream, Alex.
No, I was just curious.
All right, what's Edmonton got to do to get themselves in this game?
They got to establish some
More?
forecheck and get more than one shot in their opportunities. It seems like they keep going one and done every time they enter the offensive zone if they do get any.
I kind of think they need to put a
time.
puck or they got to put a puck or two past Bob. That would do it.
Scoring a goal would help.
Yeah, don't warn my bad.
Oh,
Oh, that was almost a boo-boo.
Oh, I don't know. Florida, who was Lundell looked like he got away with hooking right there.
Oh, that's not loose. Okay. So, Cam, you're not joining in the live stream for the draft?
Nah, gonna have a game night, dude.
Thought it'd be a big night for your Bruins. That would be fun.
I mean, I'm gonna have it on in the background. Don't get me wrong, but after pick 7, I'm not gonna really care. You know what I mean?
What if you make a trade and get back in the first round?
I doubt it.
You'd be surprised.
The rumor has it that the Utah Mammoth and Chicago Blackhawks are willing to move their 3rd round pick.
I don't think either of them end up doing it. They're going to want a king's ransom, and I don't think in teams I think going to be pretty content to stay with it.
every year.
The Mammoth might not ask for a lot. They'll ask for a reasonable amount, but not like what Chicago would ask for.
Oh, it's a bit for Florida. Oh, turn up, man. Hey, that was a bad rush. I would have just over Rodriguez.
4th, they could. Like, they could offer their 7th overall and probably a player, and then that'll get it done. Like, I would imagine if they wanted to, they could probably offer their 7th and Casey Middlestat.
I ain't going to be. I hate to tell you, it's going to take probably more than that, to be honest with you.
Not for the Mammoth. They want an NHL ready player and another pick, I think, in return.
I think they would want
because they want Brady Martin.
Yeah, I hope they don't move and take Brady Martin. That would be so beneficial to everyone.
They're not going to do that.
That would be a huge mistake.
That would be so beneficial to us. That would be so beneficial to you.
I bet you Danny Briere has kicked tires.
Oh, he should.
I'm sure he's probably talked to them, but Danny's not one to overpay.
No, he'd probably give them the 6th overall pick plus a 21st. 2 first-round picks right there.
They're not giving him 6 and 22. I think Danny wants to establish both first. I think if he's going to move 22, it's going to be for a player. Or part of a deal with a player coming back.
If it meant you getting potentially closer to Hagens?
I think there's a real chance Hagens drops them without them moving.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because the top three right now sound like it's going to go Schaefer, Misa, and then I'm hearing Chicago really wants Frindell. So, for argument's sake, because Sam Filippo even said that on his pod today. He says it's almost a lock that Chicago's going to go Frindell. So, for argument's sake, let's say they do. Brady Martin goes 4, and Chicago and Utah ends up doing that. That leaves
Utah.
5.
Brady Martin's not going 4. There's no way.
Oh, right now, I looked at the Vegas odds. He's the favorite.
Yeah, he'd go lower.
I think Utah would be content at keeping him doing it at 4, and it would be a terrible mistake. Utah is known for going off the board with their picks back to when they were Arizona. Shimashev in 2023. I think Iginla was a bit of a reach last year at 6.
Listen, you got to understand something. Like, it's a different organization now.
But it's the same GM,
well, it's the same GM and staff.
Yeah. It's not the same. It's a different ownership, but it's not the same. I mean, it's not the different GMs. As me and Eric just mentioned, I could very easily see them do what they think is a galaxy brain move. If they don't end up doing it and take Higgins, so be it. But
I don't think they're gonna go
Martin,
Higgins though.
I could very easily see Nashville go either Higgins or Dinoyer. And then hopefully we're smart enough to take whichever of the two is left over.
Well, that's the thing, because I think if Utah doesn't take Brady Martin, I think then it's Desnoyers. I think Utah takes Desnoyers because they're not going to take Higgins because I think he's too similar. And like a lot of people are saying it, like he's too similar to a lot of the players they already have. So there's just be a lot of redundancy. And so I think they go probably Desnoyers or Martone.
That's in front of Bob there, but yeah, sorry, continue.
No, because that's it. Like for us, like not that it's worst case scenario because I like Martone as a player, but if we really want that center, if Utah ends up taking Desnoyers, then I could see the Preds definitely taking Higgins at that point.
Yeah.
And then we're left with either the side between Martone or O'Brien.
And I'd be fine with either. Jake O'Brien's grown on me. I would probably prefer Martone out of the two, but I wouldn't be upset if they took O'Brien over Martone. I would be upset if they took O'Brien over Higgins.
Yeah, same. And I was
and again, it wouldn't be mad at the player. It would be mad at what you could have gotten. Now,
right.
I would be royally bullshit if we took Brady Martin or Mertka, someone like that. Yeah, no.
No. I can't. If we take Brady Martin over like a Martone and O'Brien, or like
if we take Brady Martin, I'm gonna fucking lose my collective shit on the live stream next weekend. Collective shit lost.
At the end of the day, I don't think Brady Martin is gonna be a bad player or anything.
He just sounds like a prototypical middle six guy. Like you can. I don't want to take a thought at that at 4.
Well,
or at 6.
For me, it's more like we're missing elite talent, and you're just gonna because he's like, oh yeah, but he could be like a Sam Bennett or he could be like a Tom Wilson. So it's like you need that side. But like, okay, so then where are you getting your elite talent then?
Yeah,
like you're gonna pass on a Higgins?
That would be the biggest mistake of the Danny Briere regime, in my opinion, if he did that.
Like that would really piss me off.
That would make me more upset than us passing on Boyum and Hellenius and Yzerman last year. And you saw the video. I put it in our chat this morning. My freak out to Luchenko pick. He's grown on me more. Don't get me wrong, but I still to this day would have rather had all 3 of those guys over him.
I think the only one I would have rather had over him was Zeev. Like Hellenius, I thought was more or less the same-ish, and I could see like the advantage, like where Luchenko has like a little bit of an edge over Hellenius. Honestly, Cole Yzerman, I was not a fan. I'll be honest, I think
Hellenius has such a good two-way game that I think he would have been more. And he is considered was like the AHL Player of the Year or something like that. I think he came.
An AHL All-Star or something like that.
But he's
first team.
I think that kid's going to be good. I think he's a top 6 center for Buffalo for the future. Honestly, I saw an interesting mock. I put it in our group chat too. Here's an interesting mock trade. Buffalo acquires Ricard Raquel in pick 11 from Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh gets pick 9 and Klaus Hellenius.
That's not bad.
Why would Buffalo? No.
Because Buffalo wants NHL ready talent, and Buffalo's prospect pool is already loaded. And especially if they lose Peterka. I mean, I know Peterka's a center, but
no, he's a winger. Peterka's a winger.
Oh, I thought even better. So it just adds to the point.
Raquel and 11.
I saw that mock trade and I was like, that's an interesting.
I just feel like Buffalo's giving up way too much in that. Like you're giving up the higher of the 3 of the pick, and you're giving like a legit center prospect for Ricard Raquel, who has a massive injury history. And like
did Ricard Raquel have almost 40 goals last year?
Yeah, but like
previous years,
you don't give up a package like that for what one guy for what a guy does in 1 year. Like, no, if I'm see, this is a trade Buffalo would make.
Yeah, Raquel, 81 games last year, 35 goals, 35 assists. But you are right. He does have an injury history.
Because like I would have to look at his stats,
He's
but where was
pretty
that
healthy
before
since he went
last
to
year?
Pittsburgh,
That's the thing. Is he's super inconsistent, Raquel, if I'm not mistaken. Like he had a really good year last year, but like before that, it was like okay, like he would have a good year, and then like get hurt, have a down year. It's like I don't know.
I think it's the game.
Yeah,
It should be over.
This game's done. Edmonton needed the next goal. They didn't get it.
Reinhardt with his second of the game.
Oh shit.
They capital C cooked.
You know, it's still third period. You never know.
Man, that's one of the ones that just is like a backbreaker.
Yeah. It just seems like the Oilers can't generate anything.
Oh, it's been what, 3 games like that?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Dude. Yeah.
Off the
Wow.
skate.
That was a nice.
it was off the skate, but it wasn't a kicking motion.
No,
It
I
just
know. It was off the
deflected
skate.
off.
It's not a
off the
kick.
blade.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a kicking motion. McDavid's going to start punching people in the locker room at the end of the period.
Mike, are you saying the Panthers are a dynasty? They're not a dynasty.
We had this discussion yesterday. That's funny he said that. We had this exact discussion yesterday during the pod.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
They need
Not
one
yet.
more win.
Win one more.
They gotta
Assuming
win
they win this.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you want at least 3 cup wins in a 5-year window. That's what we said yesterday. Or like maybe at least 6.
No, 3 and 10.
3 in 10 years?
No, not 10.
No.
You're nuts.
To be a dynasty, yeah, it has to be either 3 and 5 or 3 and 6. I'll say 3 and 6, just to even, you know.
But not 10. 6 is the line, I think. Because otherwise, we're calling the Devils a dynasty back in the 90s to 2000 range. Well, Eric, the third first-round pick has finally been known. It is now pick 31. It's looking like.
Yeah, we moved up 1 spot.
All right, not last. We win the mid award.
It was a good chance to take, but eh.
No, listen, I still like the trade when it happened, but I blame Hiller. I'm going to stand that. Why did you challenge that goalie interference in the Kings series in Game 3? Hiller, I'm watching you in your sleep tonight because I'm still pissed at you. We could have had pick 22 and 23, but no, Hiller had to fuck it up.
Fucking LA. What are you gonna do?
It's all Hiller's fault. What the hell is that show I'm thinking of?
They're saying it was Barkov, but it was Reinhardt.
Oh, it was Reinhardt, yeah.
Yep.
Did I say Barkov at first?
No, you're right. Twitter got it wrong.
Oh, okay. I got confused. I was like, did I say Barkov? Everything hurts. I did almost an hour on the wraparound bid. Nope, he held up.
Andrew Raycroft said that was unacceptable from Stuart Skinner. I'm like, what? The redirect?
I don't blame any of these on Skinner. I blame Edmonton's team effort right now. They're not helping him. Like, realistically, look at all 3 goals. Which one's on Skinner? The first one's on Ekholm. He got fucking spun around like a friggin' tornado. The second one was on whoever was on defense for that shift for not clearing Lindell out of the paint. And the third one here was whoever was supposed to cover Reinhardt.
Well, at the end of the day, Skinner had the shooter on that third one. Like,
yeah.
What's he supposed to do?
You're supposed to trust your defenseman to be able to clear away the one team.
No, trust me. As much as I would like to put this on Skinner, I can't.
No.
I just can't.
Has Skinner been good this series? No. Is he to blame
God.
this game? No.
No.
They got to find a way out of the Darnell Nurse contract.
I ain't touching that.
3-0 after 2.
So what do you think they'd put Picard in now?
Now, sure, I do it to see if you can get a spark. What the fuck do you got to lose? But
yeah,
now it makes more sense.
They're not going to do that.
Now, do they do it?
Yeah, I doubt they do it. But if they, it's realistically it could happen. Like I said, like Alex said, if you want to like create a little spark, it's a card that the coach can play.
I mean, it doesn't. The game's over. I don't see them. Florida's going to go into shutdown mode and close it out.
Yeah, now I kind of think it is. I know there's still a whole period to go, but unless if Edmonton pulls some miracle out of their ass.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't put it past them to score 3 goals in a period. Like
I mean, they did it game 4.
You know, they have the ability to do it. So, but you know, they got to score one early. They got to get one real early in that third.
Agree with that. They got to get one like the first 3 minutes.
Hey, the Bruins did it in 2013. They scored 4. I think it was 3 and under 10. But this Oilers team is not that Bruins team.
No.
Well, they're going to share something similar. They're both going to lose in the playoff and the cup in 6 games.
Dude, I would love to be a fly on the wall in that Edmonton locker room right now.
McDavid is literally probably just punching people in the face right now, and they're all just saying we deserve it.
Sorry,
outside
man.
of Bryce, though, is it Leon? You're okay.
He just makes them all line up, punch each one.
And then he's literally going to
get in the
punch
locker room.
someone,
Now you
punch
can
Darnell Nurse, punch another player, punch Darnell Nurse.
They are all getting the paddle.
Darnell Nurse getting the most. No, I'm sorry. Ekholm's getting the worst of the paddling because he's been fucking horrible this whole series.
Every last one of those motherfuckers are getting the paddle.
Ekholm's getting the super paddle.
That's a paddling.
Oh, man. That's so bad.
Oh, well, there's always next year.
Yeah.
To
Can
borrow
we
a
have
quote from
someone
the Toronto
different in the
Maple Leafs.
finals next year outside of a Florida-based team?
Say what? Sorry, what?
I said, can we have someone in the East different in the finals next year outside of a Florida-based team?
I don't know. The way Florida looks. Well, we'll see what they do in the offseason, but the way Florida looks, who knows?
The last team in the East to make the Cup final not from the state of Florida was the Boston Bruins in 2019.
Yeah, because technically, would we count the Canadians? Because that year was weird because it was Montreal.
No, the Canadians are in the West.
Yes, that's right. Technically, right? Yeah, okay.
Look, it's definitely suspicious, and I understand people's point on it, but it's like, you know, at the same time, you gotta look at it this way too. Like, not only are they just 2 Florida teams, but they're within the same division. Like, it does beg the question, like, is there something there? But no, these teams are just that good.
Oh, no,
They
I'm
just
not
built
shitting
good
on
teams.
what they've done. I just want something different.
Like, I'm not gonna hold it against Florida. They built a good team. Like, they were shit for so long. They hired Bill Zito, a guy we should have fucking hired instead of Chuck
Eric,
Fletcher.
we gotta hire Chuck Fletcher. It's Galaxy Brain Ideas. Let's trade Shane Gossesbear for air and a second-round pick for air.
So
Wait, sorry, Alex, I didn't hear you. What did you trade him for?
AIR.
Got it. I just didn't hear you, so I was confused.
Oh, I don't know if he was just fucking with me or not. But he smiled. He was.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But-
I don't have any food.
We traded Shane Gossesbear for literally nothing. And then we decided, let's give that money to Tony fucking D'Angelo. No, we could have Bill Zito.
We traded him for nothing. We paid to trade him.
Right, D'Angelo's a
We paid Arizona to take him for nothing. A team that doesn't exist anymore.
yeah.
All the credit in the world to him, Rich. Absolutely. He has done wonders with that team. He deserves to win GM of the year again.
Yep.
His deadline acquisitions got Florida probably another cup.
My mic's on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Was it Zito's GM of the year?
BL Duff goes, I was just texting with Matt. He had hair extensions put in tonight, and they're giving him some grief. That's why he's not here tonight. Oh, okay, that explains it.
Oh God, poor Matt.
Oh, that's it. You know what? Like, Zito came in, man. He made some real smart trades, some real good waiver pickups. Like almost everything he did, just everything touched into gold. Fuck, like seriously, what the hell, man?
What did they get trade to Buffalo for Sam Reinhart?
A first and
Future consideration.
I think it was Devin Levi. If I'm not,
I gotta Google that. Hold on.
It was, yeah. Devin Levi was part of the trade.
I gotta look at the phone.
like they got value for
It was
Reinhardt.
Devin Levi in it first. Okay, I'll give him.
Yeah.
That
That was
one
okay. It was an okay
as
trade.
bad as we looked at the time.
But I remember I was fucking pissed because I really wanted Sam Reinhardt back then. And
Yes,
I'm like,
Rich, he did.
but we gave them more or less the same package, but for Ristolainen instead. I'm like,
Oh, but never fear, Chuck Fletcher is here. Let me throw shit against the wall and hope it sticks, but instead it just smells.
Gee, you wonder if Alex feels a certain way.
this is honestly why.
I
Alex,
hate Chuck Fletcher.
I don't know if me and you ever had this conversation, but I think Fletcher was worse than Hextall.
Hey, listen, at least Ron Hextall had a plan. It failed miserably, but he at least had a plan, and it made sense. He just
Exactly.
couldn't draft for shit, and he thought he was the smartest guy in the room.
And at
Chuck
least you know what?
Fletcher was just stupid.
And at least when Hextall eventually got fired, at least he left the Flyers in a good cap situation.
Yes.
The cupboards weren't completely bare. We actually had some he didn't hit on a lot of his picks, but we still had Sanheim was still a player. TK still a player. We had some still but then he just came in and fucked it all up. Just fucked it all up.
And Rich, Dave Hextall is a special place of hatred in my heart. I can't stand Chuck Fletcher. Don't get me wrong. He is the worst GM of my lifetime. But there is not a single person in this organization I will ever hate more than Dave Hextall. I made a stupid Hextall decision count on Twitter in the 2018-19 season until he got fired.
I think I hate Chuck Fletcher more than Hextall.
I listen. Chuck Fletcher was probably worse, but the amount of sheer frustration night in and night out that Dave Hextall caused me for the span of about 2 years, I can never have replicated. Chuck Fletcher fucked up more, and his fuck-ups were worse, but Dave Haxtell just had a consistent line of fuck-ups. That's why I could not stand him.
Yeah, I know. He stayed way too long. Should have been fired at least.
And that's what ultimately made Ron Hextall lose his job because he refused to fire Hextall. I mean, Hextall. Crap, I got him mixed up. But listen, you were right. Bang on. At least Ron Hextall left us in a good position cap-wise. 100%. He made decent picks. Well, what we thought were going to be decent picks.
Yeah.
The Flyers at the time were thought to have the number one overall prospect pool. And wrong. And at least his plan made sense. Made sense.
And you know what? That was always one of my biggest gripes with Fletcher, was that when he first took over, instead of fucking signing Hayes, which I didn't like that signing. I didn't like that signing. We had at that point, obviously now we know that nothing really panned out from those picks that we had. But back then in 2019, people still didn't know. Morgan Frost still had value.
That's why I say I did not hate Hextall as much. I still don't like Hextall because his drafting was atrocious now looking back, as seen in the comment below, for example. But at least, as you mentioned, financially the team was left in decent shape, and we thought we had a decent prospect pool.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought instead of signing Kevin Hayes, they should have packaged some of those prospects that were still highly regarded at the time, because they were going into win now mode. They wanted to come out of that so-called rebuild and start competing right away. So you know what? If that's the case, take one or two of those prospects that you still had somewhat value, add a pick to it or whatever, and go get your trade for a center, trade for a legit center, or anybody, anything.
They were too afraid to do anything. That's the thing. Fucking Ron Hextall's move of aggressiveness and free agency was signing JVR to an albatross contract after his decent year in Toronto, and signing Dale Weiss, who came out and said he thought he could be a 20-goal scorer in Philly.
Dale Weiss.
Dale fucking Weiss. Oh my God. He made so many. And this is what I hated about Hextall, is he had so many fucking pets on this team. Dale Weiss, Andrew McDonald, Brandon Manning, Chris Vandevelde. I could go on half of these fucking putts. Oh my God. He had so many fucking pets that he just. Yuri Laterra, all he was known for was doing fucking coke.
Yuri Laterra.
Oh my God.
So fucking bad.
And it was so bad. We had all these young defensemen that we should have played at the time. No, he's got to give his pets his ice time. Oh, my God.
Oh, good times.
Michael Raffle wasn't trash, but he was not a first line. Yeah. He was a respectable depth wing. I had no issue with Michael Raffle. No. Me and Rich still to this day argue about Steve Mason. I will always be a Steve Mason defender. He did not deserve the crap that he got here.
Same here.
Always will be a Steve Mason defender. Especially when you look at his goal save percentage compared to the fucking crap shoot we've had since.
Since or before.
Steve Mason let in one horrible goal in the playoffs against Washington in 2016, and it kind of unraveled his career.
That's an interesting case study right there. I don't know what happened to Steve Mason.
I think he just left for free agency, signed with Winnipeg, and then just went missing after that.
Yeah, that's it. He signed with Winnipeg that right after we didn't sign him. I think he signed a 2-year contract, but he really wasn't that great in Winnipeg. He really didn't play well at all. And then I remember he got traded to Montreal, and then Montreal bought him out, and then it was gone.
Oh, I completely forgot he got traded to Montreal, Steve Mason. Andrew McDonald, good old Cape Breton boy. Andrew McDonald was pretty much the official signal of the Flyers' decade of mediocrity.
That was so bad.
6 years, $30 million for him. Yay! Good job, Homer.
That was so fucking bad.
So many awful contracts. Just looking back at it.
I remember when we traded for him. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I think it was gonna be a UFA or something, and then like they signed him to an extension. I think before the season even ended, if I'm not mistaken. I was like,
yes, it was like a few weeks left before the playoffs.
But I'm like, but he's not
6
that
years.
good.
You've had this guy for a cup of coffee, and you're giving him a fucking albatross contract.
What was it, like 5 by 5.5 or so? It was
6 years, $30 million.
Oh,
6 by 5.
That's it. 6 by 5. Oh,
That was the biggest anchor. Oh my God.
so bad.
And you just look back at some of the decors this team had in the mid 2000s. So fucking bad. Michael Del Zotto was probably the most consistent D man in the mid 2000s.
I like those.
He was more known for making rap fucking some music.
No, after Pronger got hurt, they went straight to the toilets.
Pronger's eye exploded, and that was it.
Or they were done. Done.
Good for him. You can thank Paul Holmgren for that. Oh my God. I'm having PTSD right now thinking about all these awful contracts.
And that's another interesting. That would be like another interesting case.
We should make a video on that, Eric, in the offseason of the fucking Flyers of the 2010s and all the fucking dog shit that happened.
Because it was nuts. Because it was like the first half of Holmgren's tenure was like everything he did was like just worked. Like everything he did worked.
2013 is when everything went to shit. 2013 was the year.
That's when that
was
the GDR.
I'm going to say this. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Risto's at least a competent second pairing D-man when he fucking plays. He's just hurt all the time. He still is valued, but no one wants him until probably near the end of his contract, which I don't blame. But I don't think Risto's a bad defenseman. He's better now than he was in Buffalo, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and then when the first couple years that he was here too.
Yeah, I don't think he's that.
No.
Oh, 100% BL. That set this team back so far. So far.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That was pretty much the biggest flaw in the Ron Hextall tenure. Picking Nolan Patrick over Cale Makar, Heiskanen, and Elias Pettersson. Yeah.
But I think I've said this before, even in Hextall's defense, like I understand what he was doing. I understand. Like, look, you should never draft need over talent. But then again, he was in a lot of the mocks, in a lot of the the rankings, he was top 2 in that draft.
No, it was him and Hischier. I get it.
And look,
I don't agree with. I think he's still a number 4 defenseman. I think he plays well in his own end. He doesn't turn the puck over. He's not much of a skater. He's a big body, but he's a physical, stay-at-home defenseman that can wear you down. So, big dude. Teams like that, especially for the playoffs. We've never witnessed playoff rifting. So, I don't think he's a third pairing. I still think he's a number 4 defenseman, realistically.
No, but just like I was saying, like I understood, honestly, I was like, because with all the injury concerns, I was hoping New Jersey was going to take Patrick 1 so that we would get Hischier. But, look, I understood. We desperately needed a center.
I wanted Patrick. I was happy about it.
Look, we desperately needed a center. We had a fuck ton of defense already. Like, we had Sanheim already drafted. We had Gostisbehere already drafted. Provorov, Morin. Haig,
Robert Haig.
Robert Haig.
Here's a name I haven't heard in a while. Haig in the third.
So we desperately needed that center, and look, big center, point producer, and at the end of the day, you know what? If there's a player that flames out because of injury, rather it's not his fault. What's the guy supposed to do? Look at someone like Neil Yakupov, right? Like Edmonton took him first overall. The guy just couldn't play. That's one thing. But if you flame out because of injuries, and look, he's out. What? Patrick's been out of the league for 2 years now, a year or two now. Like, what was he when he stopped playing? He was like 24. Like,
Yeah, he had the
bad,
migraine
that's
issue,
honestly
so
bad.
that's just a freak thing.
So, like, what are you supposed to do? And the worst part is he had an injury history coming into the draft, but it wasn't a head. I think it was his
Back, I think, right?
I don't think it
Back
was,
for the third.
was it this back? I don't remember what the injury was, but had nothing to do with, like, unless there was some kind of reports that we weren't able to see or we weren't privy to, but there was never anything mentioned about concussions or migraines or head problems or anything. So
I think he had back issues, if I remember correctly.
what are you gonna do?
Oh, almost 30 seconds into the third. Puck is in the Oilers' defensive end. They kick it up. Congrats, Corey Perry. For the 8 billionth year in a row, you're likely going to lose in the Cup final.
Good night.
How many years in a row has he seriously lost?
Well, in a row, there was a year in between where he didn't make the finals.
He lost the last 2 years. He lost. He was in Florida in 2023, right?
No, he lost in 21 with Montreal.
Yeah, he lost in 22 with Tampa.
Yeah.
I think 23 was the in-between year. Because I don't think he was on
the year. I think the year before Montreal, too, no? He had lost with Dallas?
Dallas, yeah. Yeah, with Dallas.
Yes. So five and
6 or something like that. Or 6 and 7.
5 and 6, I think it was, because he wasn't on the Bruins in 2019.
And we're including this one now? Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Assuming that they lose.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. 5 and 6. Question: does Corey Perry sign in Florida next year?
If he does, they're going to lose in the final.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. He's like, you know what? I'm going to sign with the Panthers.
Right, I'll sign with Florida. Why not?
Yeah, but Bill Zito would be like, no, buddy, you're cursed.
No, well,
we want to be a dynasty.
Know how this is going to end. If so, we actually want to win the cup, not just do what we always do. He's got to be the most cursed player ever. Has he ever won one? Was he
with,
when
the Ducks.
Yeah, he was there.
2004, I think.
No, he wasn't there in 04. It was 06.
No, it was 07, the Dutch one.
07, I'm sorry.
07,
That's right. Carolina won in 06. Yep.
All right. I don't know why the camera's off.
Yeah, we said the Oilers needed to score quick, and it feels like just the same as the first two periods. Although right on cue, Edmonton's got a 3-on-2.
Through the first
rough pass.
Through the first
Draisaitl kicks over to McDavid behind the net. McDavid kicks it out, misses the pass, but kept in.
Alex, thank you.
Listen, we're supposed to talk about the game.
I'm about to. Through the first 5 games of this series, Draisaitl and McDavid combined for a total of 11 points. Brad Marchand had half of that.
5.5 points?
6?
At 6.
More than half. Slightly more than half.
Slightly more than half. So they're telling me that their top 2 forwards are getting outscored by their third line.
Wait a minute. You said they have had 11 points and Marchand's had 6?
Combined. Marchand alone had 6. So he is close to outscoring or at pace with McDavid. And he's
okay, why don't you just say he's on pace with McDavid and then just combining the two?
What was that?
That kind of confused me. Why wouldn't you just say he's on pace with McDavid or on ahead of Draisaitl, whatever it is? instead of outscoring the two. I just feel like that's redundant, isn't it?
He's outscoring Draisaitl. He's at pace with McDavid.
Okay, that sounds like a stronger argument.
But if you put both of them together, he still scored half the points that both those players combined. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, there's.
Plays on the third line.
I can agree with that. That's. I know. I'll say, even though McDavid's still putting up almost a point per game, this hasn't been the most impressive final from him.
What do you mean?
They're shutting him down.
He is a point per game.
Well, if they don't score this game, it won't be.
Yes, it would.
Does he have 6 points? Oh,
Yeah,
no, wait. Sorry, it's game 6. What am I saying?
He has 7 points.
Oh, then either way, yes. So he's being too passive. I need McDavid to be a little more aggressive and put the puck on net.
He has 1 goal this entire series, and it came in game 5.
And they lost game 5. That's right.
Mm-hmm. They're just shutting him down. That's why, like we've always said, you need depth to win the cup. Look, what's happening, and he's like they're shutting him down, but he still has 6 points. But
7, but yeah,
7. Sorry, but like the rest of the lineup, man. Like when your top player is getting shut down, because once you get to the finals, man, you're gonna be playing another top team. So good chance that your top guys are gonna be shut out. So that's where your depth has to step up, and well.
The one thing is, I'm hoping once this game ends, the trades will start coming in blades of glory. Oh, if McDavid got that through, it would have been right on cue to get this to within 2. Oh, my neck hurts.
Question is McDavid going to get off the ice in the third period?
Yes, but not much.
He's playing the whole third period.
He's going to play the whole third. That's it.
I mean, could you blame the Oilers? Oh, boy, Lewis puck shot. Oh, just wide. That would have been GG if that went. I mean, I think it's already GG anyway, but.
Hasta la GG.
No, it's GG. G-O. Game on.
Oh, Martian. That would have been sick. Florida feels it. They're going to repeat. Anyone else think this game's flying by, too, by the way?
Yeah, it is kind of going quick.
Is a puck drop?
There's no whistles.
30?
No penalties.
Has there been a stoppage in the third yet?
No penalties. Also,
constant hockey. It's a good game. Well, sorry, it's a fast-paced game.
It's the last game, so
it's a good
game.
Well, it's a good game for Florida.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. It's a good game, but only for one of the teams.
It'll be the last hockey for what? July, August.
4 months.
3 months. 3 months. Get hockey in September for preseason.
Well, relevant hockey.
Preseason.
I get technically, yeah. So hopefully this will start the trades a little bit. Oh, that is. Oh, no trip.
No goal.
Bouchard rips it. Blocked. And dumped out. That'll kill a few more seconds. Ekholm, the worst player this series. It's a Draisaitl. Dumps it in. That is a hold, no? I not going to call that at this point.
They're not calling anything this period.
Yeah. That's if it's beyond blatant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's in prevent mode right now.
Well, we got a whistle.
Hey, commercial.
Oh, what a pass, though. That could have been a penalty.
Like kicking your legs up after a nice hard day of work.
Well, we'll get the cup presented tonight.
Yeah.
That's it. Summer schedule after this. Next action is the draft.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. You know, I actually made dinner plans for that draft that I didn't even realize.
Got to
Frank Cervelli reported that 12 to 15 teams are interested in Rangers' Keandre Miller.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, fuck.
That is quite a bit.
Hopefully the Flyers are not one. Not a big Keandre Miller fan.
I don't mind him, but that wouldn't be the guy I want to be that big ad.
I don't know if I'd want a guy that spat on Drew Gowdy. I'm all set.
I will fuck you up. I remember that.
Oh, fuck. Sorry again.
Everyone was shitting on Skinner, I see on Twitter, for that third goal. Am I alone on this, saying I don't blame him that much?
No, I don't think it was on him. It's just something that I missed, but
Maybe based off of positioning?
maybe.
Yawns are contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my question. When does Edmonton pull the net?
The first period.
Tomorrow.
No bullshit. I bet you Edmonton does it with like 7 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, they have to. I would, yeah, 7-8 minute mark seems about right.
5 or 6 minutes.
I'd say 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm going with 7.
Oh, look, McDavid's still there.
7, and I'm sticking with it.
Oh,
boy.
Hey,
Oh, boy. Here goes Mr. Playoffs for Hagee, and it's saved. That would have been quite something if he put the final cherry on top. You'd miss that by much.
Yeah. Commercial, of course. Showing baseball. I guess that's what we got for the rest of the fucking summer.
Yay. Oh, we got the NBA Finals tomorrow. Yay.
Oh, who cares?
Who's in the finals anyway?
Oklahoma City and Indiana.
Oh,
Okay,
shit. Yeah.
the Thunder up 3-2 on the Pacers.
Didn't the Pacers ever win a championship?
Nope.
No, I don't think
And
so.
OKC hasn't won
Well,
one.
okay, wait a second. What was they had a player, Reggie
Miller.
Yeah, didn't they win when he was on their team?
Nope.
I thought they
No,
had.
I don't think so.
I
He
was
did
sure
not.
they had.
Pacers have never won a championship.
Yeah, I heard that they hadn't. I thought they had.
I
Nope.
feel like they lost in a final or two with him.
It must have been that they lost, and he was
Yeah.
he was out of his mind one series where he was just crazy good.
There are 10
I mean, that's what I'm
franchises to not win a championship, and the Pacers are one of them.
Yeah, like I don't care anyway, but you know.
I haven't followed basketball at least 20 years. So.
I've never.
I follow basketball, but when the Celtics got knocked out, my interest level peaked down quite a bit.
Yep.
Pray for my man Tatum's.
Oops, we heard that.
Oops,
Eric.
Somebody
I
farted.
pray for my man's Tatum. I
Smell
got
him if you got.
yes in the wrong spot. Have we been going over the comments?
Well, there hasn't been too many lately.
2020, he lost with Dallas. Yes,
Yeah,
he
we did that.
Dallas
we did
that
that.
year. Bob's not letting 4 goals in, bro. I don't even know if he's gonna let 1 in.
Yeah, probably not.
Marchand's still good. Where does he go to free agency? That is an interesting conversation to have. Choices, I think. Toronto makes sense. The Kings make sense. Those are the 2 teams that make the most sense for me is Toronto and the Kings.
Florida.
Yeah, I
If he takes a discount,
he would have to take a discount to stay in
Yeah.
Florida. I don't think he's going to do that.
That
Skinner had no chance on 2 deflections.
a lot of people think he's going to stay in Florida.
Skinner. I mean, he was out of position not playing the pass, but he was, I think
we were discussing the Marchand thing.
Oh.
Like, slow your roll, dude. Let people finish their conversation.
I'm sorry, Lou.
Holy crap.
Well, then speak, damn it.
Have you been tested for ADHD?
Oh, I could have told you I have that.
Oh, well then, I'm getting you a fidget spinner.
I mean, what do you think? I'm on my phone half the time.
Yeah, no, I did.
So I'm always drawing on a piece of paper.
If Marchand wins the cup with Florida, he would be willing to take a discount to run it back. That's a possibility.
Yep.
I don't think he ends up doing that only just for the sheer fact that he got his cup and he knows it's one last payday.
I don't think he has his own company. I don't think that matters to him.
Oh, I do.
Isn't Florida one of those no tax states?
It
Yeah.
is.
No.
Yeah, well, take a discount. It's like going somewhere else that you got to pay tax.
Yeah.
So
I think
a lot of
Martian's
people
already
think.
made up his mind.
I've seen a lot of people who know better than me think he's going to stay. Doesn't mean he's going to, but it makes sense to me.
Oh, that just went wide. So both my TV and the fucking thing are right on tune. Oh, good save, Skinner. Or is that Pickard? Nope, Skinner.
Skinner. Yeah, I mean that. His defense is leaving him out to dry. That was another bad turnover.
Schmidt. Oh, that redirect just went wide too. If I'm the Oilers, next offensive rush, that McDavid's on the ice and pulling the net. He ain't out there yet, so whenever McDavid's line is back on the ice and pulling the net.
It's going to be sometime very soon.
Probably next shift, to be honest.
Yeah. Isn't that him? No. Oh, that's not.
All right. Next time you have the puck, if that's icing, pull him. All right, pull Skinner. Get the fuck out of the net. You're down 3.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice save by Skinner.
Cam, who the fuck did you quote tweet to say, oh, Edmonton, you want to trade McDavid for Korpisalo so bad?
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
this
dude, it's fucking funny. Like,
Skinner's out.
Yeah.
Skinner's out of the net.
Called
Makes
it.
sense.
7
You
minutes.
did. You did. Both of you.
Oh, well, that's 6:58.
Now, will they do something? Probably not. But let's see.
Well, they're going to do something. They're going to allow an empty net goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
7 minutes? Come on.
Now, if they score quickly here, which they're not going to do.
Come on. Give and go. Let's go.
Empty net.
There you go.
Enjoy your cup, Florida.
Game over.
Is that a Hattie for Reinhardt?
Yep.
That is.
So, yeah.
If it's Reinhardt, it's a Hattie. Yep. Hattie for the Reinhardt.
Does Edmonton pull it again?
Yes.
Oh, it's over.
I think they'll do it one more time, and then if it happens again, then they'll say, fuck it, it's over.
Yeah, I think they do it one more time.
Well, Connor, you're going to be screaming at your boys very soon. And this year, you don't have to worry about getting the Conn Smythe Trophy. You ain't getting it.
No? Hey,
Well,
Martian, congrats on your
better not.
second cup.
It didn't take them long either, right? How long did that take?
Did it even take a minute?
No.
26 seconds.
Yeah, it's 26 seconds there. That sounds right.
Because it was exactly at the 7-minute mark it got pulled.
Yeah, 26 seconds. Well, my prediction at the beginning of the series turns out right. Florida in 6 if they're going to win it. Wasn't the prediction I wanted, but that's the one that came true.
I said that. I was with you on that one, Rick. I was with you.
Yep.
The longer the series, the more it benefits.
No, I said if Edmonton was going to win, it would be 7, but Florida, if they're going to win, it would be 6, and I was right. Didn't want
I
it.
started regretting his decision to sign an extension.
Ken McDavid regretting his life.
I think McDavid's ever regretting getting drafted by this team, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. That's the luck of the draw at that point. When it comes to the draft.
Edmonton won the draft lottery that year, didn't they? Because they weren't the number one worst team. It was Buffalo, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think Edmonton had like the third worst odds.
Could be.
But third best odds to get them. That's the key. If you want to get a franchise-altering player, you want to have the third worst record that year. It was the same thing with Chicago with Bedard. It'll probably be the same thing with McKenna next year. Don't think I'm not on the UNHL. You and your rock'em sock'em A-track tapes.
And we're both Richards, too. That's cool.
Mine's think alike. I had Edmonton in 7, so I was very wrong.
Yeah, you would have been wrong if you also would have picked Florida in 7, you fucking douche.
I don't care. It means the Flyers got one pick better. Yay, us.
31. 31.
31.
Burn the house down for that one pick.
Fuck you, Hiller. It should have been 23.
Oh, boy.
So, Alex, now that Dave Hackstall is gone, who is your new least favorite coach? Hitler. You ever see the Dinkelberg meme where he makes a face and goes, Dinkelberg? Anyone watch that? You've never seen the Dinkelberg meme? Hold on. I need to share.
I don't know what the fuck a Dinkelberg is.
You never watched Fairly
All right.
Odd Parents?
No.
My God, Fairly Odd Parents? Oh, my God.
I think my brother watched it a little
Gives
bit.
me PTSD from when my kids were young.
Hold on. I had to
Oh,
find
my God. Why would you make me think of that ever again?
Yeah,
Why would you do that to me?
why is that a bad thing? It seemed like it's the worst thing ever.
Fairly Odd Parents? Oh, fuck, I hated that.
was
It's
all
a
right.
bad show.
Well, I hated it when I had to watch it because my kids liked it.
Oh, I'll just do a quick thing real quick so you know what I'm referring to. Hold on.
Well, don't do anything that's copyright.
No, it's not. It's a picture. It will be fine.
Oh, yeah. Picture's fine.
This. Actually, I should probably.
Pretty small.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. You get the point. It's the Timmy's dad picture saying Dinkelberg. But the whole point of it is that's me every time I see Hiller's bitch ass. Hiller.
Oh, they did pull it again.
They did,
Oh,
eh?
they're going to do it one more time. Fuck do they have to lose?
Exactly. The fuck did they have to lose?
And if
You
they
know,
allow it again, then
Explain the rest of the game with the net empty. Final score 17-0 at Florida.
Wow. At
one.
some point,
At what point you got to realize we're not coming back?
yeah, it's useless to pull a goal.
If they do it
After the
again,
next one.
if they allow another goal, then they won't do it again.
No, I don't think. At 5, I think.
Oh, I thought that redirect was going. Come on, Edmonton. You just need a goal every minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, but who's counting?
Exactly.
No.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Perfect puck move.
Is it?
Boom! It's definitely
got it.
over.
Another Reinhardt goal.
No fucking way. Reinhardt?
Is Reinhardt going to steal the Conn Smythe for this game?
Well, no.
No.
I know, I'm kidding. But,
Wow. 4 goals.
okay, now they won't do it again.
Well, it's useless now.
Yeah.
Now they're just resigned to it. They got to be resigned. It's over. I mean, it's over. Both of them, like, from the same spot, exact same thing kind of thing.
It would have been a
He did it
tripping
falling
anyway.
down. He's like, fuck it.
McDavid's thinking, what am I going to say in the locker room? I'm going to.
He's going to be like, all right, listen, half you pricks are gone or I'm gone.
Yeah. It's for me. It's more than not what he's gonna say in the locker room. It's what he's gonna say to Stan Bowman.
Yeah,
Some
really.
guy tweeted, I think we need to seriously think about playing until August. We
Oh,
haven't-
one for Edmonton. Hold
Oh,
on.
they
a
got
minute.
one.
We got the
Here
pay
they
point.
come.
The goal
Open
was in.
that again.
No shutout. So there's hope? So
They
there's
have
a
life.
chance?
Keep scoring.
Now they're gonna pull the goalie again.
Oh, yeah, they are. Who the hell is that? Poloskin?
But Colson.
Pokolzin?
Pod Colson.
Sounds like a fucking medicine I'd take at 11 at night trying to go to bed with a fever.
He was drafted, I believe, by Vancouver.
Former first-round pick of Vancouver.
$4:40 to go. 5-1. Rip Oilers.
Wayne Gretzky would have had 500 playoff goals and pulled the goalie in 4-0 games in the 80s.
Yeah, really, eh?
Oh my
That
god.
was done by Andrew Raycroft. What a guy. So that's 1 goal a minute. They could do it.
No pressure.
Possible.
I agree with David on this. I don't agree. Pulling a goalie at 7, to me, is a little much. 5 minutes.
Alex, did you see the tweet I tagged you in?
Hold on. Oilers look very hungry. This stage like milk being left outside in the sun on a hot summer day. No fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck are they hungry for exactly?
Oy, ay, ay.
Oh boy. Oh, no. I thought Martian was going to get one there. Who was the last repeat champ? Tampa?
Yep.
What? 3-peat champ?
No,
Repeat.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Tampa.
Tampa, yeah.
No, Tampa did not repeat 3. No, they didn't win 3 in a row.
No,
No,
2 in a row.
I didn't say three-peat. I said repeat.
Oh, repeat Tampa.
Yeah. Tampa repeat, and then before it was Pittsburgh.
4 of the last 6 Stanley Cups came from the state of Florida. 22 was Colorado. 23 was Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, Edmonton, you're not allowed to make the Cup final again unless if you get rid of your god-awful goaltending and your god-awful defense. Your god-awful
I don't even know if it was him this game.
No, not this game. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, in general.
Actually, I would say it was the whole team. Like, they just sucked.
The defense was terrible this game. They got no depth scoring, as you mentioned. Yeah, very GG. You're not wrong there.
Kane's going to the room.
Kachuk just waved bye-bye to Evander Kane.
Really? They call a penalty now?
Oh, boy, we got a chance here.
Why bother calling a penalty now?
Call them both.
Andrew Raycroft on this tweet you retweeted, Kim. Corey Perry losing 5 of the last 6 Stanley Cup final series just seems criminal to me.
Is it a penalty or it's not?
Yeah,
showing?
dude, I retweeted that. I said real.
Oh, my God. The Oilers, through this entire series, have led for 33 minutes and 51 seconds. That's it.
Yeah, it's not much.
Barely over half a game, I believe.
That means what? 6 times 180 minutes? They didn't even. Yeah, that's bad.
That is very bad. 6 times 6. It's 360 total minutes, not counting the overtime. Oh, obviously, overtime can't wait.
Oh, wait. Oh, we have to go. Wait, no, just kidding. All right, 1:30. They can still do it. If Bobrovsky.
Oh, they're doing it now. Hey, goodbye.
Well, yeah, now for sure.
Nah.
Hey there, Charles. Good to see you. Last game of the season.
NHL, start the trades tomorrow. No excuse.
Start the trades now. Last minute of play.
Final minute of the season.
Florida's
getting ready to celebrate.
Yep.
Cam, what would you do if Martian's day with the cup he brought it back to Boston?
I would probably piss myself laughing.
Pulls a Ray Bork.
Nah, he's gonna bring it to Toronto. It's the only way they're gonna see a cup.
God.
The only way they're going to see the cup. It is the only way they're going to see the cup.
Honestly, that's evil genius right there.
Oh, fuck.
All right, let's watch this, Selly.
Remember, because last year last year Luongo brought it to a bar in St. Leo.
That's
Florida
a sick Selly.
Panthers,
I love the
yeah.
overhead camera of that. They did it again. This Florida team, man. Bill Zito needs to have a statue made for him outside of this arena.
Yeah.
As Rich said it best himself, he brought that irrelevant, decimated franchise from the brink of death and made them into a potential dynasty. That's incredible, man.
Yeah. That's nuts.
So what you're telling me is we're in the McKenna sweepstakes?
It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat all in one arena.
And McDavid hates his team.
Huh? That's Paul Maurice. How many times are they going to go back to Corey Perry?
It looks like Marshall.
Don't stop being funny.
Get on the line, boys. Can't wait till it's Montreal's turn.
It won't be next year.
Won't be next year. I didn't say that. Not crazy.
I don't know about that, Rick. You might be.
You might be right.
God, I need some trades to happen. All right, so here's my question. Who does Barkov pass the cup off to first?
Marchand.
Yeah.
Think it's
Yeah.
Marchand?
Yeah.
Either Marchand or Reinhardt.
Oh, Reinhardt probably.
I'm going to say Ekblad.
No.
Longest tenured Panther? I'm going to say Ekblad.
Yeah. Because they won the cup last year, I think that was more of like a thing. But I think this year, because Marchand, like the veteran, I think like, the playoffs he had. I think
Could be
it's gonna be
Kachuk,
Marchand.
too, with what he's played through.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Chuck's a good choice.
That still looks weird, him in a Florida jersey. I can't get used to that.
Yeah. That one hurt. That one really hurt.
So who's going to get the Conn Smythe? Now we're going to find out.
It's going to be Reinhardt.
Reinhardt?
I mean, not Reinhardt. I'm sorry. Bennett. Oilers' season was terrific. They lost to a heavier championship team. Congrats to coaching, management, and players. Yeah. Fair. Kachuk has been to the finals all 3 seasons since joining Florida. Talk about a bad trade for Calgary. Calgary just loves making fucking terrible deals. You notice that? Thanks, Calgary. Perry signs with Flyers for 3 years. Hey, I'd take losing in the Cup Finals 3 years in a row. It's better than what we've been experiencing.
He's got to win one eventually.
Oh, shit. Dude says cursed 3 years. Like we haven't been cursed for 50 already.
Yeah. We are a cursed franchise.
Yep.
No. Toronto is a cursed franchise.
No, Toronto's just shit.
No, Toronto just gets in their own way. We're
a cursed franchise because we traded for Ryan Ellis and he broke his dick 4 games in. He's never played since.
I could go on. with this conversation.
Oh, we both could. Trust me.
I
could make a fucking memoir on this.
The amount of freak injuries, deaths, like fucking, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Urinating tree tweets. What you're hearing right now is all of Calgary celebrating Edmonton's demise again.
Yep. I think the Sam Bennett trade, it was all worth it just for that.
Another tweet. Maurice shaking hands now, huh? What a fucking idiot. Geesh. I mean, he makes a fair point, though.
Well, it's because if you saw before, like they had cut to him at one point, and he was asking Knobloch. He was like, "You saw? Do you want to go? Do you want to go?" And I think Knobloch said, "No, I'm going." So
Yeah, good.
I guess Luongo didn't jinx it, eh?
I would have thought he would have, but
why? What did Luongo say?
Florida
That's right.
Panther players going into this game were former Panther players going into this game were 3-0 hitting that drum. So now it's 4-0. Turn the volume up on this.
Come on, let's get to the Conn Smythe at least.
Let's go. I want to go to bed. I'll wait.
Yeah, want to get out of here.
And I want to wake up to say a nice fat trade in the morning.
Oh, might not happen that quick.
Yeah, I think you might have to wait at least 24 hours.
It's long enough.
Tomorrow you hear Edmonton trades Connor McDavid. Because tonight McDavid
requested a trade. He says he hates it.
He's like, get me out of here by tomorrow.
All right, Oilers, you're not allowed back again.
not with McDavid anyway.
Yeah, at bare minimum. At least for now.
Come on. Awesome sombrero.
All right, let's see. I don't think it's that up in the air.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's the Conn Smythe.
There it is. There it is.
Let's see.
Oh, I like the new presentation thing that they have.
Looks like a drum.
Yeah, it's been nice, eh?
Looks like a drum. Put it on.
It stinks. We don't have any more hockey until October, relevant hockey until October.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay, go. I can go to bed that way.
Oh, they got the camera on Bennett. I think it's him.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good as the original one.
Brad Marchand.
Sam Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett. Yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. It had to be him.
If there was a second place Conn Smythe, I'd give it to Marchand. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Bennett by far deserved it, 100%.
Well, there you go. That question has been answered.
Do you know what the prop was for Bennett to win the Conn Smythe?
No.
It was like plus like 1,800 at the
No.
start of the playoffs, and people that took the bet are making a fuck ton of money right now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna make a fuck ton of money now.
Here comes Lord Stanley.
Yeah, kid. Actually, they were saying today, they're comparing like what he would make on the open market to like what it would take to sign him in Florida, and the comparison was basically if Florida pays him 8 years at 7.5 AAV, that's compared with the state income tax credit, whatever, plus because of the 8th year, it's comparable to like a 7 times $9.5 million contract.
Oh,
So, like I said, he can stay there.
I think he's staying in Florida.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I
stay
do
there.
too.
they said a
Ekblad,
deal
I
was-
think, is
they-
a coin flip right now.
No, it's been rumored that a deal's in place.
Yeah, with Ekblad, he wants to stay Ekblad.
No, not Ekblad. Bennett.
Oh.
I honestly, I think I said before, I think they keep both. I think both are gonna stay.
Yeah, I heard there was a deal for both. Like last week, I heard it.
Anyway, boys, I'm gonna head out.
I'm going to watch like 2 or 3 passings, and I'm going to head out too.
All right, enjoy your
All right.
night, boys.
Have a good one, Eric.
Yeah, and I'll see
care.
you at the draft.
At the draft.
At the draft.
Later.
I can't
Later.
wait for that.
Okay, shut up and pass the freaking trophy. Where am I hearing that from? I'm hearing a double.
Might be my thing. Hold on, I'll mute it.
You gotta turn that off, Alex. It would have been so funny if he ate shit.
Let's see who he gives it to. He didn't give it to anyone. I've never seen that before. That was actually pretty cool. I've never seen anyone do that before. Went legit right into a pile.
Excuse me.
And see who Barkov gives it to. Actually now. Schmidt? Nate Schmidt?
Oh, I know.
Really?
Wow.
Why?
That's random. Nate Schmidt. I mean, he's a nice player, but Nate Schmidt got the first pass. I didn't expect that. Who's getting the next? Reinhardt? Nope. Seth Jones. That's cool. That one makes a little more sense.
One more and then we go.
Yeah, let's see if this passes. And no.
No set.
They're just giving it all the new guys. I feel like that means Martian's probably last on that. He'll
Nick
get the
Schmidt won the cup with Vegas, didn't he?
Probably didn't.
He did. I think they gave it to the guys who didn't win a cup first before, and the guys who did, and then probably all the regulars on the team. He's going to give it to Martian next, I bet you. Nope. Oh, Vanacek, I mean.
What? He didn't win it. He barely won the cup with them. Okay, one more. Whoever after that, we're going.
No, let's see Marchand raise that shit.
AJ Greer.
Oh my God, never mind.
It's gonna be like at like 2 a.m. before Marchand gets here.
All right, I'm going. I'll talk to y'all.
I'm good.
Okay, all right, we're all going. I guess I'll close it up if you want. No worries.
I'll wait. I'll be here with you, Rex, so you can close it out.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Another season over. Yeah. So listen. For as far as the 2 channels, we're still going to be doing stuff. We're still going to be out there. I know here on Talking Habs, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos and stuff. So please look for that. And on the other channel, we're still going to be a lighter schedule, but we're still be out there. So yeah. Thanks for another season. I appreciate everybody being here. That's the end of my 6th season. And quickly we go right into the next one. So yeah, just thanks everybody for being here tonight and all season. And I'm gonna stop talking because I don't know what to say. I wish I had
we absolutely hope you guys enjoyed us. Stay tuned for us in the summer. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff still coming out for you guys, as Rick said. So looking forward to a great offseason, as great of a season as it was.
Give a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks, everybody. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody. And congratulations to the Florida Panthers. All right. Ciao, everybody. Have a good one. It's late enough. And I got to do that. Ciao, everybody.